We live. We up.
Yes, sir. We in the fucking building.
We up.
I'm promoting. Important self.
Look, I got my coffee. I got my water. I'm good. We here. You know what I mean?
I got good material this week. I got great material to work with this week. That's why this is probably the best shit I had to watch so far.
To be honest with you, like I said, like I just watched the main event. I just watched Austin and Rock. Like I don't mean to jump the gun, but
yeah,
nigga,
we can talk about it.
My God, what you know what it is about this particular card, bro? The atmosphere.
Yep.
Fucking atmosphere was incredible. Like it felt like a mega show.
Throughout the whole show. And the energy never let up. For a stadium, for a dome show too. Like the noise in there was very great. Like it was a good sounding show. You feel what I'm saying? Like facts.
Oh, hold on. I gotta do my part and say we live too, so people know.
Yeah. Tap in, tell niggas tap in, y'all. We in the motherfucking building. All right, I'm good.
Please.
Good. Now I'm good. I'm about to get my coffee. You know what I mean?
So I got a question of the week for you.
Okay.
So unfortunately, this past Friday we lost legendary tag team wrestler, lover boy Dennis Condrey.
Wait, you lost Dennis Condrey?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, bro, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We lost Dennis Condrey?
Yeah, man.
Damn. Rest in peace, Dennis Condrey. Facts. Rest in peace, Dennis Condrey.
Before I get to the question, one of the hardest things that I've ever not necessarily one of the like from a wrestling perspective, is listening to Jim Cornette talk. Like he did one when Bobby Eaton passed, and that was was hard.
Yeah.
And then I listened to the joint he did with Dennis Condrey. That was hard. Like, you know what I mean? Because you think about how close all of them are together. Like he legit only got Stan Lane now, but yeah, man. Rest in peace to Dennis Condrey.
Rest in peace, Dennis Condrey. Big beard game too.
Oh, absolutely. Shoot, man. He looked like Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Like Sir Oliver.
They wasn't kin?
Yeah.
They looked like they was kin.
So my question, because I started watching a whole bunch of midnight matches.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then the conversation comes up because, especially for what we're talking about today in tag team wrestling. And to you, if somebody came to you, like microphone in their hand, camera in your face, who are you saying is the greatest tag team of all time?
I hate because this shit really revolves around with three teams for me.
Okay.
And it depends on the day you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
You may get a different answer, but it's going to be one of these three. And I don't even want to, I got to cop out because if you put the camera in my face, I'm going to just be real. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, yeah. So for me, it's the Dudleys.
Okay.
LOD and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, that's good. That's serviceable. Yeah.
And it's all for different reasons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, LOD wasn't for the work rate, but again, it was for the work rate. Don't let that go yet. It's just not the work rate y'all like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like some good old brawling ass whooping too with my technical wrestling. You know what I'm saying? The Dudley Boys is just the Dudley Boys, man. Like, just talk about legacy, talk about doing it, heels, babyface, innovation, being a black and white tag team. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta go. I love the Dudley's special heart. And then the Young Bucks. Like, the Young Bucks they represent a certain generation, but like for them to do what they did, coming from where they came from, you feel what I'm saying? Not only have great matches, not win belts everywhere they went. You know what I'm saying? Which I always loved that in my tag team. That's what I like in my tag team because I'm from the territory WCW era. Like I'm like, to me, tag team supposed to you ain't a real tag team if you ain't come to the promotion and win the belts. That's any shit you in. You feel what I'm saying? So we talking about guys that any team I just named is somebody that walked in the promotion and won their tag team belt and held it. You feel what I'm saying? So that, and then for the Young Bucks to be a part of creating All Elite Wrestling, like, come on, man. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. So any day you ask me, it might be one of those three. And I stand on those three.
Okay, look, I know I made a joke a couple weeks ago about the Road Warriors, but I will never take away the influence and the impact of the Road Warriors, especially when you go like I said, I came up, like, my introduction to the Road Warriors was not a great time for the Road Warriors. It was that Attitude Era. So from a young age, my perception was a lot. I'm like, they were moving like that. All right, cool. But I'll never take away their influence. I recently saw somebody say the Dudleys don't have classics. And it was the same person, the same person I told you about last week said this. And that's just ridiculous, man. Like, the Dudleys, like, people don't understand that 98 to 2001 Dudleys, like, how they got active. We talked about
classic. They was in TLC. Let's people, like, what do you mean they don't have classics? That's actually like, that's like literally a blasphemous comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally like not true. That shit is not even an opinion. That's just a lie. That's somebody just lying. Not even like, because certain shit is not even an opinion. Like, I know it's subjective. It's wrestling. It's subjective, y'all. I get it. But no, certain things is law. That's even crazier than the Dean shit and the Owen shit. And I thought I don't know.
So for me, but like, I'm kind of like you. Like, I got 3 on a given day. So
who is your 3?
My all-time favorite tag team is the Motor City Machine Guns.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like, I hold Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley to like the highest.
That was the time. People don't understand, like, when them niggas, everybody think, for y'all, I'm here to educate you. I'm here to help. I'm gonna help the guys, y'all, the youngins. This for my YNs. Everybody think they didn't just pull up together. You know what I'm saying? They not brothers. They didn't pull up together. They were separate entities. Matter of fact, Shelly had a different game with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for them niggas to link up, because I remember hearing the name before I heard who it was. Like, oh yeah, this Murder City Machine Guns is going crazy. I'm like, who's Murder City? Shelly and Sabin. I said, oh shit, Shelly and Sabin linked up on some TNA shit. Like, and then them niggas was great. Then I see my first Murder City. You see how I'm saying Murder City, because it's your team. Murder City. You know, I know.
Look, I was with them when they were shooting at 01 for Hashimoto and Carino, you know what I mean, back in Japan. But like I said, I hold them in like the highest esteem. Like, I even, like, if you go back and watch BGW pods before they went to WWE, I was like, wherever they go, I go. They go to AEW, I'm AEW. If I'm WWE, I'm WWE. Like, that's what kind of tag team they were to me.
Okay.
My number 2 is the Steiners. I'm a big collegiate wrestling fan, right? And so I've always loved the wrestler aesthetic, and not like the professional wrestler, but like the collegiate wrestler. So like the Steiners, Angle, Lashley, you know what I mean? Like that, you know how that style is.
Yeah.
But like, when you talked about like the way a tag team should move, it should be in the territory winning championships. Like, the Steiners to me are a main event tag team, right? Main event tag team. They literally were main eventing shows in NWA, WCW, excuse me. And then my 3rd would be the New Day. You know what I mean? Like,
oh shit.
I know that's the thing. There's so many. There's so many.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's so many, bro.
Damn. Oh, okay. So when you ask me who's the greatest tag team, my answer is New Day.
Okay. Yeah.
Black bias.
Absolutely. Any team that has that type of influence, to me, the New Day like changed the game.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
I don't even like the fact that even in this current incarnation of the New Day, I don't like the disrespect that they get today. Like, I'm not even paying attention to Waller or anything like that, but like I've seen constant disrespect towards Kofi and Xavier. It's like, yo, who are y'all talking about? Who are y'all talking to? Like, we are not disrespecting these legends, and that's what they are. They are first round, first ballot Hall of Famers. Don't get that twisted at all. We're not disrespecting the New Day, right? But you know, like you said, wrestling is subjective.
Now they be hating on the New Day. I get it, because you know you only good as the company makes you look. You feel what I'm saying? In the sense of the placement. You know, after that Big E angle, we should have been through the moon. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was cinema at its finest. I guess a couple things went wrong, so shit happens. But you know, I think if they give him more prestige on the show and just give him more of that prestige, I think people will stop with the hating. You feel what I'm saying? You see how like the Usos are looked a certain way, they're positioned a certain way. We need the New Day to be positioned that way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, you cooking on that one. I think with the New Day, especially in particular, I think the New Day, with the way they're linking up with Javon Evans right now, like kind of like that story, I think that's gonna bring into prominence back the vintage, like the New Day. You know what I mean? Look, don't get me wrong, right? I don't mind what they've been doing, but that reunion, because it's coming, the reunion between Kofi, Xavier, and Big E, that's coming, and it's gonna be a moment. But
I'm excited for that. I can't wait for that to happen. You know, I guess he is retired, so he says he's retired. But like, you know what I kind of want before them linking up? I kind of want a Big E commentary run too. I ain't gonna lie, selfishly.
He said he's never going to do that.
He said he's never going to do commentary.
Never going to do commentary.
Because Wade get in the bag or some shit like that.
He said he's good with like what he's doing, like with the Raw recaps and the PLE joints.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't want to be. He got new love too. So when you love somebody, you want to be around your show. Okay, that makes
every day. Yeah, I was gonna say
you don't want to be buying shit every week type shit. Yeah, I get it.
One more question for you. Just because, you know, we paying our homage to Dennis Condrey. Who do you have a preference on? Like, do you prefer Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey, or do you prefer Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane?
I ain't gonna lie, rest in peace, Dennis Condrey, but I'm a Bobby Eaton, Stan Lane, young boy.
Okay,
because that's just my era though. That's just my. I wasn't around in '85. You feel me? Shout out Dennis though. You feel me? I'm a Stan Lane. I fuck with Stan Lane. You feel me? Shout out Stan Lane. We thinking about you, gang.
If you was here, I'd dap you up because I'm the same way. Like
you
Bobby,
know that we the same ages. We like pretty much the same age, same era. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we started with Stan Lane. We ain't seen Condrey unless we did our homework, the historians, and did the magazines and watched the old tapes. Now, but if we go in personal connection, yeah, Stan Lane. Yeah. That's why I see me.
But you know, rest in peace to both.
Stan Lane had such a great asshole face.
He did. Like, I put Stan Lane in the category of like above Terry Taylor, but below Kurt Hennig, as far as like the smug, blonde, arrogant look of the 80s.
Yeah. They cousins in that realm. They cousins.
Yeah. Because I feel like I saw some like the original pitch when Dennis Condrey bounced from the Midnight Express. Is I did hear Terry Taylor was pitched to be Bobby Eaton's tag team partner, which that would have worked too. Terry got that smug look, terrific Terry. You know what I mean? But
even Terry Taylor was heaven sent.
Come on. You know what, dog? Listen to the intro.
Why does it matter to me? It's in my veins, baby. It's in my blood. You understand? Since kindergarten, since I was about this high, I've been watching wrestling.
Watch this. This ain't the pod for the gossip kid. BGW watch list. Black guys, civilized them 85s. Acknowledge the nerd that knows with the vibe. If you catch my live, Scotland goes live. No logos, bell to bell. 5 leave for the leave it off the list of them holy grails. Speak raps with Chaz and D-Mac. 3 count on D-Mac. Telling pause to relax. Watch this. The watch list. Black guy. Watch this, the watch list. Black guy.
Yes, the watch list, the show for the sickos, you know what I mean, where we get to nerd out about the greatest form of art, in my opinion, professional wrestling. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this Tuesday night. Poetic Professor Scotland Underwood coming in first here on this lovely Tuesday evening. Love and peace to y'all.
It's your boy Heartbreak Julio, aka the Almanac, aka the Leading Tree, aka Clarence Racing the Fourth, aka the last real you feel me? We're in the, most importantly, the fucking pulse of this shit. You feel me? So we in the building, man.
Come on, big Chazzo. He's gonna be joining us a little later. I know he's coming out of work, so he's gonna be tapping in. But you know, we got some people, you know, our homie Crush the Crusher.
I'll Crush the Crusher, man, supporting every week. Loyalty. We need 100,000 Crush the Crushers. You hear me?
Come on, man. Come on.
Loyalty.
You know, one day I do want to get on this podcast and talk about my praise for Bryan Adams. You know what I mean? Big Crush fan, but that's just me. That's just me.
Every time we see him, we say the same shit because it's a fact. When you see, especially when you see that picture of Crush, it's like, damn, that was the time, boy. That was the time. You can never take away from Crush and Doink. I know y'all want to look back because it ain't Brad or Sean, but before Brad and Sean was staticky, it was Crush and Doink, nigga, putting the new shit on their back, nigga, with a feud.
Yeah, look, a blood feud at that. It just didn't have
storytelling.
Come on, man. Come on. But you know, we're not talking about Crush and Doink tonight. We talking about one of the most prestigious PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call it. One of the most prestigious wrestling shows to ever take place. WWF WrestleMania 17 from the Astrodome, Houston, Texas. I believe it was April 1st, 2001. Man, there's so much to cover on this joint because depending on who you talk to, this could be considered the series finale for a lot of people's fandom, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because this is considered the peak of the Attitude Era. Just 6 days prior to this is the last episode of WCW Monday Night.
That was we going back and I mean, and I love to every episode of the watch list, right? But now we're getting into like, now you're like talking about my block. You feel what I'm saying? Like now we're in this section of where you're talking about my hood. Like we're gonna talk, man. I remember everything vividly. That whole time was crazy.
Oh, bro. So here's a fun, well, not necessarily a fun fact. I genuinely hated the year 2001. As a kid, I hated it. It was one of the most terrible years I've ever had. You know what I mean? That was when reality really set in for me about life. Like 2 months prior, my mom got into a bad car accident, right? My parents are going through a divorce this year. I got my first school suspension this year. It was a terrible year, but I had pro wrestling. But then at the same time, it's like, oh, what do you mean WCW not going to be on next week? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, so this is the last episode of Nitro? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Terrible.
It was awful, man. It was awful.
Was terrible time, man. That shit hurt, bro. I remember I couldn't believe it. I think I was on I want to say I was on WrestleZone. It was like WWF purchased WCW. And then I went to the WCW website and it went straight to WWF.
Nasty.
Saying that we purchased them.
Nasty.
Oh shit. This nigga really bought these niggas. And I was like, at first I was hyped. And then I was like, wait a minute though. That means Nitro's done? It was like, it was so much uncertainty at that time because we didn't know what Vince was going to do with it, truthfully. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then it was like, it was right around that time that WCW do the spring break. That's why, if y'all look at that final Nitro, that's why it looks like that, because Nitro always notorious for their classic spring break Monday Nitros, which I think Monday Night Raw should be doing right now, or SmackDown.
Very missed opportunity.
Very least.
NXT.
Very least.
At least the NXT.
Very least. Why is NXT not outside in fucking Florida?
Yeah, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. Because it's like you're there in Florida.
Really was outside. Like y'all niggas be like, you like how young Bouncy be screaming, we outside. WCW literally said we outside. We doing shows on the beach, beachfront, beach bar, anything outside. We out there, Sturgis. Come on, man. Like, it's not.
I don't know if you remember, like WCW did a MTV used to do like a they used to do a spring break joint, but then they did a winter break where they were like in the Alps. WCW was there. You know what I mean?
WCW was there. Facts.
Yeah, man.
WCW was there too. Spring break. WCW be around, man. That shit was a time, man, where you would see good integration like that, man. Now everything is internet. Now I sound like the old man. I don't give a fuck, man. Everything internet and apps, man. Niggas used to have cool integration. You feel what I'm saying? That shit was cool to see niggas on spring break on MTV. You on your MTV shit, you get a little bit of wrestling. Like, and this shit hot everywhere.
Well, Jamie Keller's bitch ass from Turner, Warner Turner, whatever it was, the merger was. He killed WCW essentially. So, like I said, this is a pivotal moment because WrestleMania 17 does have this looming shadow that WCW is now integrated in WWF. But at the same time, WWF is such ahead of the curve as far as like ratings and everything like that. You have the biggest main event match that you could possibly do in this era: Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, WWF Championship. Then you have like again the undercard with Vince and Shane, Taker and Triple H, you know, the second TLC. But as a fan, you know what I mean, especially for me, once the severity is starting to kick in, you start thinking of like, oh, yo, they about to get Sting, they about to get Goldberg, they about to get Booker T, they about to get DDP. We didn't get any of that. We got DDP and Booker T. You know what I mean?
No, but that's when I started learning about contracts. Like,
yeah.
Trying to figure where my niggas was at. Why my niggas ain't on TV? Like,
nasty, man. Nasty. But for you, like I said, last week we were talking, we were kids, we were little kids. Now we enter in them teenage years, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Talk to me about what kind of wrestling fan you were at this time.
Oh, I was still deep in, man, but I was talking to girls for sure. So, like, yo, my Monday Night Raw on, like, you know what I'm saying? First off, they knew not even to call my phone till after 9 when the phone was free, or I'm doing any calling. So, and then Raw started at 9. So on Mondays, like, yo, I'll be low on Mondays. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm still tapped in with wrestling. I'm still tapped in. I'm still like, and now I'm older, so I'm getting I can go to the video store on my own. You know what I'm saying? I can go here and I could go to the fucking Coconuts at the time and cop DVDs, go crazy and buy these DVDs and shit like that. So that's when I really started getting into one of my favorite DVDs is the Road Warriors WWE produced documentary from those DVD eras. So yeah, I'm in there, but I'm in life though. I'm trying to get in the mix and shit like that. So it was coming of age for sure.
Yo, facts. Let's see what I'm sad WCW Monday Nitro end in 2001. like Sting, Lex, Rick, Giant, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, you cooking because WCW was phenomenal. You will never have me say WWF was better than WCW. I'm just like, you will never get me to say that, like, at any point. Like, yeah, they may have won the war, but so
yeah. I think I felt like when we lost it, like, nah, these niggas really got a better show. Was like 98. That summer 98 was tough.
That was a rough.
That Highway to Hell, Stone Cold.
It was a rough.
Yeah, Undertaker. They was on the buses in New York. They had the Stone Cold with the Empire State and Taker with the Statue of Liberty. That shit was on the Q44. Like, I'm seeing that shit in the streets. Like, I'm like, damn, Raw dude got the, because I used to always go off the sign off. Like, damn, who left me more intrigued? Raw was starting to leave me more intrigued at the end. Like, damn, what's gonna happen next week? You know what I mean? So, but I can never, like, I love WCW so much that it's like, I love WCW. I never was like, yo, when they was hating on WCW, I love 2000. What's the year everybody hates?
99, 2000. Yep.
I was fucking with WCW 2000.
So for me, like, I even remember the exact moment. Like, I kind of got more into WWF than I did WCW because I was like you. Like, the great thing about the Monday Night Wars, especially, I think people tend to forget because I think a lot of people think they were going head to head. Nitro went from 8 to 10. WWF went from 9 to 11. So you could catch the first hour of Nitro uninterrupted unless you were watching something else.
Yeah, for sure.
And then at that 9 o'clock hour, then you made the decision, like, do I want to stay? Like, was what I was seeing on WCW intriguing enough for me to stay, or do I want to see it?
Right. Then they started doing 3 hours too. Remember, they started wilding with the 3 hours because I was like, damn, that's when they was in the dog fight.
Yeah, oh man, that's when they was having like Brad Armstrong wrestling. They was having Brad Armstrong wrestling Vampiro at the 9 o'clock hour, and it's like, that's not gonna work. But that's the reason why at the 9 o'clock hour
they was wild.
That's how they used to start with the promos, right? Because you always started the promos with Austin, Rock, McMahon, you know what I mean? Because that was destination television. But my family, we went back to Scotland around March of 2000, and we were there for a month, right? And in the UK during the time, at least from my 10-year-old vantage point, WCW wasn't available, but WWF was, right? And so I was able to watch more WWF than I was WCW, right? And my cousin used to just tape them. So, like, I would see Raw the next day on a Tuesday. SmackDown would come on Friday mornings. And so I got a chance to see more of that integration than I was WCW. And then by the time I came back to the States, WCW was in the middle of the New Blood storyline. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, why is Billy Kidman with Hulk Hogan? You know what I mean?
You came back to that and didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I had no clue.
Because that was crazy. Because I can imagine how crazy that was if you didn't see that Nitro where everything reset it in Denver, Colorado. I still remember where it was at. I remember the whole thing about that Nitro because everything reset it. Like, everybody that was beefing, you niggas is old and you niggas is young. I was like, wowing.
True, bro. I even remember the last thing I saw from the WCW prior to the reset was when the Wall was at the top of that hotel and Hogan was in the raid. He's like, "That's the Wall, brother." You know what I mean? So when I came home, I'm like, who are these people? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is Shane Douglas here? You know what I mean? Why is he teaming with Buff Bagwell? When did this happen? So it was a mind fuck. But WWF, they just took this and ran with it because by the time they've moved to, it was that September, they go from USA to the then TNN network that would have been Spike.
Yeah, that was different at that time.
A shift.
That was different at that time because that was like, yo, first off, this ECW. So ECW, Paulie already making me feel a way about it. Because first off, I'm a USA Network nigga. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this Raw USA, WCW or TNT. So that's what we doing. So when it was like they going to TNN and then Paulie like, nah, these niggas is getting up. The network about to kick us off for these niggas. Like, I'm like, damn, ain't y'all shitting on my guys? But now everything's playing out that they was only Paul Heyman's really like that, man. Like, that's crazy.
If I'm being honest, though, I feel TNN. I would have done the same thing too.
Of course.
Yeah, I would have done like you mean to tell me I got the hottest people. Here's another thing people forget. Like, we in that time frame where like wrestling is popping, like wrestling is mainstream. Like, you got The Rock popping up everywhere. He's about to go do the Scorpion King. I think at this time he has already made the appearance in The Mummy too. You know what I mean? Like, China's on, on the Video Music Awards, right? Like, wrestling is popping, you know what I mean? Like, 2000 is when we got that classic rap album, WWF. What was it? Aggression? Was that the name of it?
It was a 3-peat. Don't let that part go over your head. Volume 4 was a classic. Yeah. Volume 5 with The Rock on the cover was a classic. And then there was the rap one that they did too. That's where you got Down with the King. Triple H, Run DMC, DX remix. That was fire.
Banger. Like, WWF is cooking. So like, but to me, like, I feel like you feel the same way. Like, it just didn't feel right not being on the USA Network.
Yeah, no. And to paint the picture of the time, like, TNN stands for the Nashville Network. So this was like, respectfully.
Yeah. You just unlocked the memory. Goodness gracious, bro.
Huh?
I say you just unlocked the memory. I forgot.
See, people don't remember what TNN was. The Nashville Network. So respectfully, being a young New York kid, I was not on the Nashville Network. I had no business on nothing was moving me on the Nashville Network. You know what I'm saying? Till ECW came there. And shout out to the leading roll. I'm gonna call it roll bounce because I can't think of the name of the shit, but the rolling shit they had was fire too. I think it was fire too. They just forget that was a little Fire Friday. They had the rolling league and ECW. But then so it was like, yo, y'all on it. That's why they rebranded. So this is to bring it full circle for you guys. That's what's called the Paramount Network now. You feel what I'm saying? But it was originally TNN. Then it went to Spike because they had to catch up with the times because WWF coming there made the network so much bigger that they couldn't just go by the Nashville Network. They had to change their name to Spike TV. That's where the Spike TV came in, and then the new and everything, and then it bleeding on to what it became. You feel what I'm saying? But that I'm telling you, this is you unlocked core memories here. That I was there for this. Like, I really did.
Shoot, I remember the very first ECW on TNN. You know what I mean? Because if I'm not mistaken, they aired Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn. I think it was the Living Dangerously match. And I remember because this was during the times I started getting on message boards, right? Starting to go frequently, like with the news, like, okay, this is what's about to happen and everything like that. Because I remember there was a whole different show that was planned for the ECW debut on TNN. But TNN was like, yeah, nah, it's too violent. And it's like, did you not see what the product was before you decided to have it on your network?
No, so that's what it was. At the time, it's like wrestling. Oh, there's some wrestling available we can put on the network. Let's do it because wrestling is hot. You know how it is. That's all that was. Without me even knowing it, that's exactly what it was. Like, they didn't why. They was just like, oh, it's wrestling. Everything wrestling is hot. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's even like with AMC grabbing TNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas don't give a fuck about TNA like that. They just say, oh, it's wrestling. Wrestling's hot right now. Let's get that on our network.
just to talk more about the popularity, shoot, even they were like when they made the switch out of USA, Sunday Night Heat went to MTV. People forget that part. Like they used to do the joint at WWF New York, and then they would intertwine between WWF New York to just regular matches and everything like that.
From the Raw, like dark matches at the Raw that they taped, whatever Raw that was. Yeah. And that shout out to the WWF restaurant too, man. Just to give you my birthday party there, brother. SummerSlam 2000. And that's why it's my favorite TLC. Yeah, that was a big moment to have that birthday at WWF restaurant. Shout out Mama Julie. She made that shit happen. Made something out of nothing. You heard? That's why I always love her for shit like that. Brought a couple of my friends. We went to the WWF restaurant to watch the SummerSlam.
Come on. I always told myself when I was older, I was like, yo, it's still gonna be around. You know what I mean? All I gotta do is just hit my 20s and I'll be able to go.
Fire, because you would go in there, bro, and right there it was like merch, DVDs right there, clothes here. And then it was stairs, and then you went down the stairs, and that's what's the shit you see on TV that looked like the nightclub. You would go down there, and then be that big ass screen with the stage. That shit was fire, bro. That shit was fire. Y'all know if y'all was there, y'all know I ain't lying. As soon as you came there, merch on your left and right, merch all around, and then the stairs. You went on the stairs. It was lit.
Hold on, let me see if my man's ready. Hold on. Oh, yes.
Gang, gang.
Yo.
Traffic. That's dedication. Now this shit look like live wire or something, like when niggas used to call it on like Bishop. You remember that Clash of the Champions we just had to watch and he was giving updates on stage?
And you know, we got Chazo live from Norfolk, Virginia calling in right now. Chaz, can you hear us?
Yeah. So first off, yo, fuck that bitch,
Eric. What's up, man?
What up, family? Hey, listen, I'm finally doing the car vibe. I finally made it.
Hey, you're making it work, man.
Listen, my camera's some shit, so I ain't want to use that. So just enjoy this Shannon Sharp meme.
Sure, we can make it work. That's all good.
That'll work.
So, Chaz, real quick, man, what kind of wrestling fan were you during this 2001 era? What kind of wrestling fan?
It was still kind of fresh. Like it was becoming, so around this time, it was becoming like a real thing. You know what I mean? This was around the time, obviously, Stone Cold, Rock. You know what I mean? That was the biggest thing in my neighborhood. That was one of the two biggest icons. And then once like the merger happened with the not evolution, but with the WCW angle, Rob Van Dam was like the biggest thing in my neighborhood, bro. Like he was like, yo, who is this white pothead nigga that can flip and do all this other shit? Like we loved it, you know what I'm saying? Because it was different, and he seemed like, you know what I mean, he had it was just innovative. It was him. It was obviously Jeff Hardy. He was definitely huge around my area. I'm trying to think, man. Those are like the main four. Oh, and we all love Trish Stratus, but that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, that was the biggest thing around my block. Like those were the biggest names, and so around that time, when I was coming up around 2000s, you caught to see like, okay, WWE is about to make this pivot. You know what I mean? Another pivot into the pop culture stream, more so than ever before. You know, when the 2000s hit, everything was changing. Everything was different. Technology was booming. You know what I'm saying? Like pop culture reference and pop culture crossover was a big thing. You know what I mean? So and around that time, you had cameos of like artists, of like wrestlers. But I remember Rock was on SNL. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So we were kind of in the apex of like not knowing any other brand but WWE. We all knew WCW. We were all locked in on far as, you know what I mean, the Monday Night Wars and when they had Thunder. We were all locked in that. But my block was heavy WWF, Rock, Stone Cold, like the big names. And then we just always randomly loved Rob Van Dam.
You know what I loved about this time period?
Shout out Rob Van Dam.
Yeah. Look, Rob Van Dam, like my brother had a High Times magazine, and it was one that had Van Dam on the cover. That was my introduction to Rob Van Dam.
That's fire.
But like the one thing I loved about this time frame was we're kids, right? You know what I mean? We're young bucks. We were talking about wrestling with other kids in the school. You know what I mean? Guys, I'm gonna mute you real quick because my neck goes.
Okay, that's fine. Let me mute my background.
But yeah, so because we're at that age, like I said, I used to look forward to watching Raw on Monday or Nitro, and then the next day you pop in school, everybody's talking about it. Yo, did you see Stone Cold make that return? Did you see XY? You know what I mean? Like, to me, it made the product more exciting. Like,
yeah, that's what was first potty. Those were our first podcasts.
Yo, yeah, I didn't even think of it. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Oh shit.
One of my best friends to this day, my homegirl Ingrid, shout out to her. We became friends off me always bringing the WWF magazine, and I had one with The Rock on the cover. And she was like, "Yo, you like The Rock? Let me see that shit." And I was like, "Yeah, I like The Rock." And just off that, a friendship blossomed that lasts to this day off a pro wrestling WWF magazine with The Rock on it.
Come on,
wrestling is really everything, bro.
Everything. Literally. Genuinely one of my favorite memories. Like, you know what I mean? I alluded to it earlier. You know, 2001 was when my parents were in a terrible marriage. They were about to get a divorce. But one of my favorite core memories as a kid, the last time I genuinely remember, like, as a family, we were all like happy, we were together, was we ordered all the pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Like, we ordered the 2000 Royal Rumble, No Way Out, Mania, Backlash. You know what I mean? Like, we ordered all the pay-per-views and like we all sat and watched it together. Like, nobody.
How was that experience? Because I never sat down and watched wrestling with any of my parents.
The crazy thing is, like my dad, he, like I said, he introduced me to wrestling, but like he wasn't like a wrestling fan like I was. My mom never watched wrestling. My sister really never watched wrestling. My older brother never really watched wrestling, but like I don't know if it was just because like they knew I loved it, but like I just remember like we all sat in the living room, we would order food. It was an experience, you know what I mean? Like it was dope, you know what I mean? Like shit. Like
that's dope. That's dope. Shout out to your family for that. That's fine.
Yeah, man. That shit kind of
yeah, right. I know.
Nah, it'd be like that. I understand.
Oh shit! I felt it. That's man. But that's the beauty of it, because the same vein you have that, I have pay-per-view Sundays, which is me and my brothers, Bodega, Gino. Like we would, and it really started with me and Gino 2 years ago, just like bringing people together to watch pay-per-view. So even if they didn't like wrestling, they'd pull up. They knew but truthfully, a lot of niggas pulled up because they knew it was gonna be some weed in the air. You know what I'm saying? So they'll come. But everybody wanted to pull up for WrestleMania. You feel what I'm saying? Like niggas that didn't watch wrestling all the time, they're like, "Yo, what y'all doing for Mania?" I still get hit up today. Niggas asking me, "What you doing for Mania?" You feel what I'm saying? So I can understand watching that pay-per-view in community like settings. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because a lot of you niggas be on the internet. I can tell you was watching wrestling all the time by yourself. I can tell. You can see it's on you. It's really on you. So to watch it in community settings is such a beautiful experience. You feel what I'm saying? That it ties into, you know, I could go on about it. You know.
That's definitely something we got to get back to, Scott, me, you, and Nolo. We haven't done that in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've, in the short time that I've been here, I've been able to have random magical moments when we all got together and watched the Graps. The CM Punk thing will never be gone. And I'm happy for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we can always attach it. Like it's deeper than just, oh, I remember we're having one CM come back. No. Nigga, I was a big ass hypocrite for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. You thought Low was something. I was on Rampage, man. Fuck Phil. He keep breaking my heart. I don't need that nigga. As soon as that music hit,
It'd be like that, man. The thing the thing about watching pro wrestling with like people is like for those 3, 4, 5 hours, you get to just express yourself any way. Like, you know what I mean? Like you see like a high impact move, you're like, damn, that was crazy. You see a crazy high spot, y'all all going crazy. Don't let it be a return. Everybody in the room wilding out. You know what I mean? Don't let it be a legend, right? Everybody go, oh shit, that's the Undertaker. It's a missed art. You know what I mean? And I'm sure people still do it. You know what I mean? Like you have your watch parties and everything like that. But like the aspect of watching pro wrestling, that's why like you look at the crowd of WrestleMania 17 and you just see everybody like nobody's like, this is not an era of the cell phones. Like there's no influencers here. There's nobody trying to go viral. There's nobody that you're trying to have on your video package. So you're just saying whatever. People are there because they are enjoying the experience. They're letting themselves be fans. You know what I mean? Like that's something that's
very invested. Very invested. Yeah. And that crowd was very invested to that show.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was saying. Like, you look at that crowd, then you compare that to a crowd of today. Like, we're about to go to WrestleMania in Vegas. That crowd in WrestleMania in Vegas is not going to be WrestleMania 17. And I'm not saying it has to be, but like, there's a difference between the fan of today and the fan of yesteryear. And like, to me, it made this show way more enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking miss watching wrestling, seeing the camera shots, like the flashes from the camera. I miss the signs. You know what I mean? Like, it's transformative in a way, right?
It reflects the times. It definitely reflects the times of where we're at, where we're in. I don't necessarily want to say where we're trying to go, because obviously not everyone's trying to go there, and for good reason. But I do still appreciate when you see the random dope funny signs, you know what I'm saying, on the show, especially with AEW. Like, that's something that I still like seeing with them. I like seeing certain words or phrases that if you're not in the know, you just don't pick up on social cues, then you're not gonna laugh. And only certain shit as wrestling fans that will get and be like, man, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't tell you how magical it is when you're seeing, like you said, a big legend return or a big ass moment. You know what I mean? All you see is like 1,001 lights go off. That feeling is it's almost it's almost godly, right? That's how, especially when it's a big moment, like you said, Scott, and you're in a watch party or y'all all watching together. And I think that's one of the aspects I do like when it comes to like Twitter and social media, and we all watching this shit together, like, yeah, it was far apart. And like you said, social media has, kind of turned a little things different. But when we're all watching something together and when we all get to react together, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like seeing a timeline of your peers because you fuck with all going crazy over one thing. So I'm with you. I'm even missing more because where my knowledge is and how much I have a love for it. My God, if I really could have been in those trenches, how deep my appreciation for it. But I can't go back in the past. I can just be a historian of today and yesteryear. But boy, like you said, it was magical turning on Raw, turning on, SmackDown, or turning on WCW, seeing 1,001 signs, different shit. And when something popped, you really had to, even in the 2000s, like, technology was coming, but it still was like, if you want that, you missed it. You missed out, and then you can't recapture that moment. So watching these shows, and not just for the graps and obviously for the moment, watching these shows for like audiences, and like you said, there's nothing better than having an audience engaged with the match as well and giving it to you. It's magical. Really can't put a whole word on it, but it is fucking magical.
David, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man.
What up, Law? What up?
Thank you for tapping in, man.
Thank you for the support.
Just before we get to the actual show part, you know what I mean? Because there's so many things that's happening right now in this time frame, right? And so, like I said, I do want to touch on like the shift that is taking place right? Because we're going into WrestleMania, like I alluded to earlier. Now, WCW has been acquired. ECW is about to fold into WWE. Key things just off the top of my head, like Jerry Lawler's no longer on commentary, which I was fucking so happy for. Like I hated Jerry Lawler when I was a kid. I hate Jerry Lawler now. I think, like Julio said, Jim Ross and Paul Heyman together,
best shit ever.
Chef's
Best duo ever. This WCW, I'm talking WCW era too.
Mm-hmm.
The Attitude Era. I'm always kind of mad that Paul had to, even though it really didn't affect much, but I know he had to be part of that storyline with the invasion. But JR and Paul Heyman, my favorite duo. Sorry, not sorry.
No.
Not sorry.
Look, I will scream till I'm blue in the face. Fuck Jerry Lawler. They complemented each other perfectly. Like, you got that southern drawl from Jim Ross. You got that up north shit with Paulie.
Yeah.
Paulie, have you ever heard the story? I think it was Dreamer that told it. They were like, they knew ECW was done when they turned on Raw, and like they were like, we hadn't heard from Paulie in about like 2 weeks, and they turned on Raw. And they were like, Paulie's walking down the
I remember that, bro. I remember that night. That shit was crazy because I was like, yo, these niggas bought ECW already too. Like, that's the first instinct I thought as a fan. Like, seeing Paulie, I can't imagine being a wrestler because that was my first thought. I was like, oh, these niggas bought Paul Heyman too. These niggas bought ECW too. I said they wildin'.
Do you think what do you think made them like a good commentary team though?
Oh, so they're both some of our greatest minds to ever touch wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two of our most valued, and this is them separately, I'm saying this, two of our most valued perspectives on pro wrestling, right? And they come from polar opposite places, right? Oklahoma, New York City. You feel what I'm saying? But what connects them is their love for the shit, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the middle ground that they play on, is the love for their wrestling. So that's what makes it so beautiful, because it's all the dynamics. It's north, it's south, older versus younger, old establishment, new establishment, extreme ideas, more pro wrestling ideas. You feel what I'm saying? So the combination is just the perfect mix, because and it's always going to be great fodder, and they're both snarky assholes that are going to get you with a jab real quick. So it's just perfect chemistry. It's perfect way to describe it for me as a fan watching.
No facts, because like even like going back and watch, because I watched a couple of Raws leading into this, it was refreshing to hear to me it sounded like Jim Ross like stepped his game up even more at the Paulie,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I really do feel like there was probably a period where Jim Ross was like, yo, I'm tired of carrying Jerry Lawler, and that's what he did. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not discrediting, like there was moments where Jerry Lawler added to the commentary, but like after a certain point, man, it becomes redundant. You know what I mean? Like you could only hear the puppy shit so many times. Like you said, Paul Lee is like he challenged Jim Ross to be better on commentary. You know what I mean? And that's not a knock on Jim. Jim is absolutely one of the all-time greats for the being the voice of our fandom. But God dang, and another aspect, like the thing I love that Paulie brought, he did the same thing in WCW where he brought kind of like the importance of certain moves. Like Paul was always been good. Like perfect example, Rhino. You know what I mean? Rhino had just debuted in the company so long with Spike Dudley. But like to me, Paulie got the gore over way more than the spear ever did, because the way he sold it. Like when Rhino would hit the gore, it was already an intense move. Paul Lee added that, the gore, you know what I mean? Like it felt like a fucking violent move. Yeah, he was key, but he was a kid.
Lola did his purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Like because I remember that whole time when Lola was like, oh, this nigga really loved Miss Cat. Like, this is Shorty, and then they did her wrong, and then he left on behalf of Miss Cat. It was like, okay, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then for them to pull up with Paul Heyman was like, oh shit, this shit is fire. Like, I didn't know. Like, and I'm always, because I'm one of my favorite. Like, I'm a big for commentary. I'm very big on a commentator that adds and reminds us of the importance of things, importance of the move, the lore behind things. You feel what I'm saying? Paulie's great at that. My nigga Gabe is great with that. That's why I think Gabe personally is my favorite commentator of all time.
Okay.
My personal favorite. Because I love commentary where they're reminding you, giving you history. As a historian too, and a nerd for this shit, I love to hear, oh, give me something I can go look back at, like while I'm on to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain way, and Gabe coming from the school of Paul being like one of the greats at doing that. So, yeah, that's big for me. I love that.
So another key aspect is, like I said, WCW, before they're purchased by WWF, like they were originally planned to be bought by, I think it was Fuseit Media, and the president for WCW would have been Eric Bischoff, right? I don't know if you've ever seen what the initial plans, like I think this was during the time where like they've started to change the pay-per-view name. So like January's the pay-per-view, I think, was Sin. Super Brawl turns into Super Brawl Revenge. The last WCW pay-per-view is Greed, right? But I always said the latter part, the later parts of WCW is TNA. What you see with TNA, it was what WCW was starting to become, right? Because they're starting to use a lot more younger guys. They're starting to have a little bit of a developmental with NWA Wildside, right? I looked at what like the original plans were. Like they were planning on bringing the commentary team was going to be, I think, Joey Styles and Don Callis, right? They were going to bring in Rob Van Dam. Like they were going to move from doing weekly arenas to having a residency at, I think it was the Palms in Las Vegas, right? You know what I mean? Like it was kind of just like I think the return pay-per-view was supposed to take place in May. It was going to be called the Big Bang, right? It was going to be this whole restructuring of WCW. Obviously, it fell through. But can you, like, just for a quick second, like putting your fantasy cap on, can you imagine what WCW would have been had it continued? Like, it's a broad question, right? It is a very broad question, but when you think of what wrestling was starting to become, like we're not far from, like we are 1 year to Ring of Honor forming, right? And Ring of Honor only forms from the ashes of ECW, right? But you have in the indies, you got Brian, you got Punk, you got Low Key, you got Joe on the come up, you know what I mean? And then you look at what they're gonna become. What does a fantasy booked WCW and ECW look like for you?
It would look like if I fantasy book it, I would book it how I kind of book my universe, where I kind of have like with ECW, I kind of combine both of them. So I guess it would be more like I would spotlight like the ROH guys and the indie guys would have been like the new cruiserweight division, like the next generation of like your Malenkos and like what they ended up becoming, but it would have been through that avenue instead of the indies. I feel like we would have knew more about, people would have known more about Key beforehand. If he was like, oh damn, WCW got cruiserweights again and it's a new generation. I think that would have been, I think that would have been, it would have really solidified WCW for that lore of what they created with the mixing the cruiserweights and the luchador and bringing that spirit. I think that would have just progressed more in with what the talent we have. Probably doing relationships with New Japan, 0-1, especially 0-1 at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been, I could have seen that either way, at the revived ECW or a WCW, like the new era WCW. I think that's how I would have did it. I'd have kept my top guys. I'd have definitely kept my top guys for the World Heavyweight title picture. Probably would have put some new stories behind them. You know what I'm saying? Make, and have competitive matches. Try to get, try to make sure that all the ego is out. I mean, that's bullshit. You can't take the ego out. But I would have definitely tried to corral it more. You feel what I'm saying? Bring some more order to that to let them know how serious this shit can be. Like, yo, niggas could lose this. This good money we making. We gotta keep this shit around. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if all of them could go back in time, they'd have kept they'd have moved a little different.
So, like for me, like a WC, like the one thing that I always talk about, like WCW and like it had it continued, and you can kind of see it in the final days. Like to me, the biggest pet project was Hurricane. You know what I mean? Sugar Shane Helms, right? Like you were seeing a revitalized cruiserweight division, right? Mm-hmm. So like I'm emphasizing on that, and especially since you have the cruiserweight tag team division now coming in. So like I think I've said it on the pod before, or at least on Twitter, that you got Ray still, you got Kidman, you know what I mean? Like you got a young AJ Styles, his tag team partner, Air Paris, you got Sugar Shane, you got Shannon Moore, you got the Young Dragons, you got Jamie Noble. Like I would have brought in like a Brian Kendrick. I would have brought in a low key. Shoot, I would have honestly, my summer feud, if I had kept it going for WCW's Cruiserweight, I would have had a feud between Primetime Elite Skipper and Sugar Shane. You know what I mean? Like I felt like that would have been a top money feud. On the mid card level, you got Lance Storm, you got Mike Awesome, like you bringing in Van Dam. I'm bringing in a vitalized Steve Corino, right? And then, like I said, you got your money players, right? Where like your Stings, your Booker T's, DDP's, Jeff. Essentially, like I said, you're taking what TNA would have became, and you would have just brought it a couple years ahead. ECW would have been the perfect revitalization of the indie scene. Like, you know what I mean? Like your Joes, your Punks. Even Paulie has said he would have brought those guys in because they were making noise. I think he said he was going to bring in Homicide. So like it's mind-boggling what the year could have looked like, but obviously niggas is not, I mean, they making terrible moves.
Yeah, a lot of the Northeast guys that would have definitely made it to ECW by that time if it kept going, like your Homicides, your Joe. Oh my God, the Hit Squad would have did numbers in ECW.
Facts.
The Hit Squad would have did numbers in ECW. Paulie would have got some shit moving with them boys. Yeah, so I would have seen all those guys ending up in ECW for sure.
To answer my man David's question about would you have booked AJ as a tag team still, I definitely would have kept him as a tag team. You know what I mean? I felt like they could have.
Niggas loved Air Paris.
Air Paris was fire. Yeah.
I remember the first time I watched TNA and I seen AJ, I was looking for Air Paris. Like, where Air Paris at?
Sure, man. I was so happy to see Air Paris pop up at AJ's retirement joint.
That was for the streets.
You know what I mean?
Just for the streets, nobody else. That was for the streets.
But then, like I said, you look at WWF leading into WrestleMania, right? And you're looking at like this is a talent-rich roster, like a fucking like you look at today. Today we're in an era where pro wrestling is healthy. Like we might have the best athleticism in the game, but from a like a roster standpoint, like you look at the top, like you got Austin, Rock, Triple H, Kurt, Taker, Kane, Benoit. Mid cards looking like Eddie, Jericho. You know what I mean? You got Malenko, Saturn. You got the tag team division, you got Edge and Christian, but you just look at this WrestleMania card in general, and that's not everybody, right? It's quality programming. It's like bell to bell, some of the best of the best. Like, there's not too many people on this roster that's not a Hall of Famer in some aspect.
Mm-hmm. No, it's crazy to look back at. It's like, yo, that's the beauty of time too, to even see like where shit goes. Even like the WCW niggas was there. It's like Lance Storm was a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like to see where his legend goes. You feel me? So it was a very good dose of nostalgia this week.
I'm gonna ask you a hypothetical, because we kind of alluded to it last week. Steve Austin is coming back from the neck injury. You know what I mean? Comes back Unforgiven 2000, right? What does a late stage WWF look like without Steve Austin? Like, we see it with The Rock. The Rock's already hitting that mainstream level, right? But can you imagine what this WrestleMania looked like if Austin just couldn't, like, if he couldn't go, if he had to retire?
I hate to say it. You want the truth?
I want the truth.
That was a good year, 2000, boy. Right? So, like,
I know where you're going.
You know, like,
where you going?
It was a great, it's just being honest, not to say like, and don't get it twisted. When he came back, it was lit. But it was also like, you're back now too. And it was like, damn, where are you going to fit in right now? Because that's the kind of thing too. Like, and it sounds crazy of like, where's he going to fit in? Of course, where's he going to fit in? But it was just so much. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was like, it was like, because even it was a little adjustment for him to get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, get back in his form. You feel me? But it would have looked like the first 8 months, first from January 2000 to August 2000. It would have looked just like that, to answer your question, just straight like that. It looked like that. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think, just based on the route that they went, that they maybe on both sides there was a panic? You know what I mean? Because like you said, you brought up ego earlier, right? And once again, we not far away from him walking out of the company. Like, we years some change away from him walking out of the company.
Yeah,
right?
I ain't never sit right with me either.
Him walking out?
Yeah, never sat right with me.
How come?
Because it showed, like, because even at that time as a young fan, you always heard about Hogan having the ego, so you always heard it. Hogan was like a politician, and it just felt very like when he did that, I was like, oh, you really, that's not Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That's not Stone Cold. Stone Cold ain't gonna pack up and leave. Stone Cold tear some shit up in here. So that showed like, oh, you got some politician in you too. You feel what I'm saying?
The one thing about his walkout that has forever bothered me was I felt like, I'm not even thinking of the company aspect. Like, the Brock thing, I understood. Like, to me, that's not smart business.
I definitely understand it. That for sure.
The thing that upset me was I felt he screwed Eddie Guerrero over, because he was supposed to wrestle Eddie at that King of the Ring 2002, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, but like, I felt like that would have been a launch pad for like Eddie to like, you know what I mean? Like, you Eddie Guerrero, you wrestling Stone Cold Steve Austin, like the match probably would have been fire.
Yeah, but like, Eddie was whooping on Stone Cold. I remember that time. Eddie was putting belt to ass on Stone Cold.
Oh, it was great. It was great. Because like, people forget that period of summer. Like, this was an intense Eddie Guerrero. Like, this was
he was moving different. Yeah, right? He was moving nasty.
Eddie just got done running the Indies, so like, he got a different swag to him, right? And I know we're jumping ahead, but we just having conversation. But that always didn't sit right with me when it came to his walkout, and even down to like this time period. It's like he didn't seem comfortable. Like, he didn't seem comfortable with The Rock being like at this point, The Rock has eclipsed him. He's the number one guy in the company, right? He just felt uncomfortable with like somebody else being in that top slot. I think he was very comfortable with Rock being number 1B, but now we at that point, Rock is matching him. Some nights his pop's even bigger, right? I think he had the luxury that this WrestleMania took place in Texas, right? What would have happened if this WrestleMania took place in Miami or if it took place in California? What would have happened then? Would the response for Austin have been like who? Like if this was in a different location, who would have gotten cheered louder?
In a different location, it definitely probably would have been more 50-50 for sure. They might have got the reaction they wanted for the heel turn for sure.
Right.
Any other location. But again, Stone Cold, I don't want to take away of like to say like, cause it sounded a little crazy now. I'm like thinking about like in a way of like, where does he fit? But he's still Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying? So he would have got the reaction he got. You know what I'm saying? That match was a reason it got made, and is a reason that match was special because he did come back. And Rock, and through that time he was gone, built himself up so crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is really a match 2 years in the making. Because as soon as Rock left that ring in Philadelphia, he became a different wrestler. You feel what I'm saying? And that was the culmination to us at WrestleMania 17, where Rock is able to be this top guy that he is. You feel what I'm saying? Where he's having this dream match with Stone Cold. And this match was teased at Armageddon. It was teased in the Royal Rumble. You feel what I'm saying? So I think those reactions that you got at Armageddon and at Royal Rumble would have been more reflective of where it would have been at if it was a different location.
Who would you have had? I know Rikishi was the one that was picked out to be the one to run over Stone Cold, man. What'd you think of that heel turn?
That threw me off. And too, I was like, Rikishi did that. That's different. That's why I'm saying, like, that's how you know they didn't have that proves. See, right there, that proves my fucking point of like they didn't know where to throw him in right there. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to make something for him, like because everybody busy because shit is moving. Like it's like it's not like bullshit is happening. It's like good motion is happening. Like we got to create a whole new character. We got to have a whole new random nigga. And just being honest, right? Rikishi being the one was random as hell. Like, I mean, if that was on Twitter, they would have panned it. They would have panned it. Like, Rikishi was the one that hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
do you think there's anybody else they could have gotten? Like, do you think there's like, and you know what?
Somebody from like WCW hit him. Like, I mean, like, I would have been reeled down. I'd have tried to figure something with AOL or something. One of them, like it should have been Flair or something. Like,
shoot, now I remember reading like like we on the internet, so people fantasy book. But I remember somebody was like, "Yo, what if it had been like Hall, Nash, and Hogan that did it?" I was like, "You see, that's money. That would have been tough because niggas weren't tired of Hogan back then. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my god, that would have been so fire. If that would have happened, we're talking. That's a whole nother like 4 years of everybody.
Yeah,
that'd have been another 4 years of everybody. Because you got to also remember a lot of this shit ain't right after this.
Straight up, shoot. I'll even make the argument. I felt the Rikishi being revealed to be the one to hit Austin. I do feel like that killed Rikishi's career in a way, right? Because we got to remember Rikishi at one point in 2000, maybe what? So what? Maybe arguably number 3.
Yo, that Rikishi Val Venus is one of my favorite mid-card feuds of all time.
Fire.
I'm standing on that. Yup. Standing on that.
Come on.
You feel what I'm saying? Like Rikishi and Val Venus for the Intercontinental title.
Yo, Kishi, the steel cage doing the snooker.
Classic. That's why I got classics that's not classics to everybody else. Y'all would have thought that y'all talking about underrated, overrated. Yeah, Val Venus, Rikishi.
That was tough. Shoot, this was. I felt like everybody, like Kane, was cooking during this era. Like Kane was having.
Everybody was getting busy. Kane switched the gear.
Oh, he started at
with the flame in the cut, which was fire, and
started
like switched the pattern on the mask. Kane was getting crazy. Linked back up with Taker. Yeah. Everybody was cooking. That's why I'm saying it could have. I understand too. Like, damn, who we gonna get to? You know what I'm saying? Just Rikishi, like, Rikishi. It just didn't. It didn't work. It didn't work. But I get it, and I'm not mad at that. And I love that Rikishi has that under his belt. You feel me?
I miss all the wrestlers like Kurt, The Rock, Stone Cold, Taker, Kane, Big Show. Yeah, no, look, it's a different era, so like it's a whole different experience. And like I said, I love this era that we're currently in. Like I feel like there's so like it's like I said, it's talent rich, but there's a reason why nostalgia is a thing. You know what I mean? Like you watch a card like this, you watch the Raws, the SmackDowns, the Nitros, the Thunders. It is an unbelievable time period because like you become even more invested in these characters. You know what I mean? Like. But then again, I don't want to take away from what we have today either. You know what I mean? Like it's two different things, right?
Nah, it's good shit everywhere. Like, it is two different things. And I paid very close attention watching this WrestleMania 17. I was paying close attention to like work rate, timing of matches, how they progressed it, because when you really think about it, this is a loaded card. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm comparing how they did this show in one sitting compared to how now they do it in 2 nights. You feel what I'm saying? And this is no ad era for real. This is straight. You feel what I'm saying? Like certain matches was like 10, 15 minutes. A lot of matches were longer than I thought when I rewatched it. At that time seemed longer. Like Shane and Vince seemed longer than when I rewatched it. I was like, oh, this shit's already over.
Bro, that match is only 14 minutes.
I thought that was 25. That's how locked in I was.
That shit was only 14.
When that match was over, I was like, damn, that shit is they going to this spot already. I'm like, man, damn, look, in 2001, I was locked in. That shit felt like 25-minute classic.
TLC was only 15 minutes.
That was crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think once again, when you watch pro wrestling today, like we're so used to like matches in the middle of the card going 20 plus, right? That wasn't a thing back then, unless it was like a real pivotal match. That wasn't a thing, right?
Well, Raw was like 10 minutes.
Oh, but they like you said, like there's a lot of underrated gems during this time. Like I don't know if you remember, there's a phenomenal match. It's Backlash 2000, and it's Dean Malenko versus Scotty 2 Hotty. Underrated gem, and I think they only went like 12 minutes. Banger.
Yeah.
Banger.
That's when Backlash. I have this on the pod. I always talk about make Backlash great again. Backlash has some classics, boy. That 99, 2000, 2001. Because Raven had that classic with Rhino. Backlash 2001 too.
Hey, bro, I hate to do this. Do you mind if I step away real quick?
Yeah, do what you do.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, so we here, man. Talk to me in the comments, y'all. Fuck it. Niggas gotta do shit. We here. But I like Backlash. Keeping the buck with y'all. Backlash was always my shit, too. I thought it was always a good follow-up pay-per-view like Stone Cold and Rock. The rematch at Backlash 99 was fire. Backlash 2000 when Rock finally beat Triple H. And then Stone Cold came back his first return and hit Triple H with the chair. That's why, really, truthfully, it should have been Triple H that hit him with the card. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they need to go back to heels lying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let heels lie. Like, yeah, he did that shit and just lied about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I personally think he did that. Can I fuck with the comments? Can I put a comment up here? Let me see. I can't. My fault. I ain't got that powers yet. But Yeah, I see Crusher the Crusher, Jim Ross go cry. I see Stone Cold heel turn at WrestleMania. Yeah, Jim Ross was emotional. Jim Ross was emotional. Oh, you in the building? Yeah. Yeah.
Whew. Hey man, let me tell you something, HBJ. As soon as the podcast is done, I'm going right to bed. I'm telling you that right now.
Yo,
right. Okay.
I think it looked like a long day of work, boy. I think a face came in there like, you know when the niggas start talking about going to bed after doing something, nigga tired.
Yeah, listen, dog. Them beyond 30s is real, Bubba. You hear me?
That shit is different.
But we gonna talk this grab shit, man.
Yeah, we here. We was talking WrestleMania. We was about to get into WrestleMania 17 and all that. But how'd you feel around that time? Like, how'd you feel as a fan in that era of WrestleMania 17 going into that with Stone Cold?
So like it was, you felt something was coming, right? Like you felt like a shift was coming. Like again, I know I was youngin', but I've always, even when I was a young kid, man, I've always been big on picking up on social cues. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of studying the temperature of the rooms, what's going on. And like, I knew this Mania was going to be different. I knew this felt like it had all the elements to be special. And I love it when timing comes together with graps. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like when timing hits with the graps, man. It's no words to describe it. So I knew this was gonna be special, and like they did such a phenomenal job. I don't want to give too much credit, but I will. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to BMK along with The Rock and Austin.
Man, I know how niggas feel. I understand.
I have to give credit where credit due.
I can't lie, man. I'm like, yo, I'm taking everything outside of it. Taking everything out of that. I'm just in the moment of the person doing the job.
Exactly.
He cooked. I'm sorry.
He did.
I'm just saying he cooked. When his pen was hot, his pen was hot. His pen was hot.
Yo, you right as a bitch. When that nigga pen was on Fuego.
And don't let this go over your head. Whatever pen it was, the pen to sign off on a story, to sign off on a check, the pen was hot. I'm sorry.
Hey,
sorry.
Look, he didn't have many more in him after this, though.
I don't like that either. I don't like that narrative either. I don't like it. Because now I don't like it. That narrative been floating around. I'm glad you said that because I've been wanting to get that off. I don't like that narrative. Nigga gave us, it was hot shit. Even if shit was by accident, we still had great runs after that. Everybody acting like, after Attitude Era. Nah, it was some shit there. I'm not acting like everything. The Nexus angle was fire when it dropped. Kofi Mania dropped. Yeah, happy mistakes happen, but yes movement. Yeah. Like we ain't gonna. I don't know. I don't like that narrative.
Look, even the Fresh Prince with Fresh Prince with light skin on Viv had some classic episodes, but the season. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he had a few winners.
Light skin Viv had classics. He's gonna act like they ain't think that was Viv after a while too. Like, nah, like I was there, man. That's the thing. Y'all gotta talk the different. So I was there, man. I seen what it did. I seen like Bloodline. That's still him. Bloodline's still him.
So what I was gonna ask, because I'm glad we're kind of. I don't want to venture too far off of 17, but just kind of speaking of like his pen as we developed out of Attitude Era into, like you said, the Yes movement, PG area. Like there was still some hits, but it wasn't the same. Do we place that all on his shoulders, or do we place it with him along with like not adapting to the times at times?
Go ahead, Scott.
I think there's like if we're somebody had to sign off on it, right?
Yeah.
So I think in those cases, like yeah, there was a lot of terrible ideas, but there were certain things like he was able to like, all right, this is what's good for the game and everything. I do think by the time you get to the start of the 2010s, there probably should have been a pivot to the way the creative booking, because now you're entering a time frame where like I feel like he got to a point where like he thrives from competition, right? He thrives from competition, right? And luckily he was around people that like kind of pushed him in the direction like, yo, WCW is going this way. You should probably stop having your main events from Raw be The Undertaker versus T.L. Hopper, right? You know what I mean? Like you see it, they finish in the shows with NWO versus XYZ. It's very apparent as you go into the 2000s into the 2010s, there's no competition. He doesn't view TNA as a threat. Ring of Honor is probably just like a blink on the radar unless somebody's like, oh, there's somebody in here, right? The whole point of the Raw and SmackDown draft was because they wanted an internal competition between both brands, right? For better or worse, WCW brought the best out of Vince McMahon, just like Jim Crockett brought the best out of Vince McMahon, and the territories brought the best out of Vince McMahon. You see clearly when there's no competition, I think his motivation changes. He doesn't have the motivation changes from having like the best product, having what you see on TV, to like, nah, let's just make this money and let's keep it moving. But what do you think, Julio?
I'll be honest with you. I'm just gonna piggyback off you, pause in case your point, because you said it exactly how how I see it myself. So it's really complacency really hurt his pen. You feel what I'm saying? And not having the competition, as you said, as you eloquently put it, not having the competition. We go to the territory eras just to give y'all a little. I'm like Paulie. I like to give y'all little stories. The territory eras, niggas is threatening to kill this man. You feel what I'm saying? 100 with you. Like he writing this Hogan shit. Him and Hogan sitting in the hotel room, and niggas is really like, yo, this nigga pull up here, we shooting him. Like that's a different pen. You feel what I'm saying? Like go fast forward to WCW kicking his ass. Niggas is really trying to kill his money. You feel what I'm saying? Which is at the same point you try to kill my money, that's trying to kill me too. So now he's fighting in a different bag. The pen is in a different bag too. You feel what I'm saying? That goes away. It's a big flex to say I'm my own competition, right? But truthfully, it is when you take you spit it, you just get to the nook and cranny of it. We as human beings thrive off competition. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's what keeps going. It's why sports is the most popular thing. You feel what I'm saying? As human beings, genetically, we thrive off competition. You feel me? So this is why our sports is revered the way it is. This is why a very competitive genre like rap is on top. You feel it's really the soundtrack of everything. You feel what I'm saying? It's why we love pro wrestling. You feel what I'm saying? So once that's gone and you're fighting, so it wasn't like he was fighting new battles as well. So now he's on a like, yo, I'm trying to take this and be bigger than things. So now I'm not looking at ROH and TNA. I'm looking at Disney. I'm looking at the NFL. And
yeah.
Ops he didn't need. Stick to the ops that got you more. NFL at the end of the day, yeah, they're gonna do a business move that might move. That's what he was getting his inspiration from a different place. He don't know what's going on in ROH. They had to bring it to him to tell him what's going on in ROH. He should have been watching it. So once he stopped being in the spot where he was watching WCW every Monday and his back while doing in guerrilla watching WCW, he not watching it. He really not in tune. And again, he started beefing and looking at other ops is like, and these is ops you don't want, because at the end of the day, niggas love basketball more than wrestling. Niggas love football more than wrestling. You feel what I'm saying? UFC done came up. He was looking at UFC like ROH until UFC got crazy that niggas is now married. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what did him in.
Pro wrestling thrives in competition. Just tradition. It's just tradition, right? You look at Mexico, CMLL and AAA. They've been beefing since goddamn fucking 1991. Niggas, you want to talk about people dying over this shit? Right?
Real shit, man.
Japan, New Japan, all Japan. Like, you know what I mean? It's no different today. This is why I never understood people's form of tribalism in wanting companies to go away, right? If AEW was to go away tomorrow, wrestling doesn't die, but you see a lot of people leave.
Oof.
You see a lot of people there's a reason why you saw the level of talent in the 90s during the Monday Night Wars, because everybody's hungry. Everybody, like from the business standpoint, I'm sure from like Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon's perspective, they're looking to cripple each other, right? But for the talent, yo, how can I get the most money? How can I make this? You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why, like, you saw a guy like Brian Pillman take a gimmick where he's losing his mind, right? And he's able to parlay that into all three, WCW, WWF, and ECW wanting to sign him to big money, right? It's no different than like today, you see an AJ Styles retire and people can't let that go because you want to see him against the Will Ospreys and the Kenny Omegas and AEW, right? And that's why this is a pivotal time, this 2001, because now there's no competition, right? And Vince had the opportunity to have a second peak, right? If somebody had convinced them, hey, man, we're making this money right now, right? We might have to take a little hit in the physical year of 2021, but like, you should probably buy out the contracts of a Goldberg. You should buy the contracts of a Scott Steiner. You should buy the contract of a Sting, the Outsiders. You know what I mean? Because you can have a money feud with an the true invasion storyline, right? But that wasn't the case here because competition is dead. I'm sure for Vince McMahon, it was a fucking big thing for him to be like, I've purchased my competition. One aspect, right? He bought WCW for $2.9 million, right? Now, $2.9 million might seem like a big thing, right? Or it might seem like a big thing to like the common person. WWF finishes its fiscal year with $438 million, right? And they bought WCW for 2.9.
God damn, man. God damn. Say that number again, Scott.
Jesus Christ.
$438 million is what WWF finishes out with, which to the equivalent of today's dollar is, I think, 739 mil. That's how much the worth would be today.
Niggas. That's on them niggas, you heard? Niggas.
So just real quick, you know, I'm just talking like, because I wrote it down. I wrote down some key numbers of what the big talent was making at the time of WCW's closure. Kevin Nash was on a $1.6 million per year deal, right? Sting was $2 million. Booker T was $750,000. Goldberg was $2 million, right? DDP, if I'm not mistaken, was around that $1 million, but he took a pay cut to go to WWF.
I remember hearing that. Hearing that. Okay.
Now you think about what they're profiting right?
DDP was trying to get that 430. My nigga DDP see that same report you said. Say, yeah, I'm gonna take a pay cut too. I got it. Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, like they could have, if they had just like been patient with certain things and they had just like waited until the summer, like they didn't need to rush directly into the invasion thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, in hindsight, you know what I mean? It's a different thing, but like the summer feud could have been a heel Steve Austin against a babyface Triple H, right? And that could have carried WWF into the summer of 2001. And then by the time you've hit 2002, then we start, hey, yo, the money's still rolling in. Let's buy those contracts. Let's buy out the Booker T's. Let's buy out the DDPs. Let's buy out Scott Steiner, right? Let's buy out the Outsiders, right? Let's buy out Goldberg. So when you get to WrestleMania 18, you got some money matches that you can parlay that into. But you know, that's why Vince is where he's at and I'm here. And keep in mind, I feel like I'm in a way better place, but that's just neither here nor there.
God bless. Absolutely. I don't think you have a lawsuit pending, my man.
Not, sir. I do not.
Okay.
We keep it clean over here.
Absolutely.
Let's jump right into the card, man, because we kind of go through, right? Opening match is Chris Jericho, William Regal, Intercontinental title match. Yeah.
That's so insane that this was the opening. That's like what? Yeah, this card was loaded.
Oh, look, if this card took place today, the opening match would have been the TLC match.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Nah, it'd been China versus Ivory.
Oh, you think they would have just got out?
Oh, okay.
Just got out of the way.
You know, the woman, you know, they like to put the women first. Ladies first.
You're right. Nah,
you're right. What you think of this match, man? Because like I said, this match to me had potential, but it didn't go long.
Yeah, but I love the story. I always remember this is when Jericho pissed in this nigga coffee.
yeah.
Wildin'. Was the jury with him yet? Nah, right? I don't think so.
Jerry came a month later.
Come on. Yeah, that's okay. The jury with Regal is fine. Now I'm just in another bag. But Jericho and Regal, yeah, it was. I remember even then watching the match, like, oh, it was cool. Wasn't, nothing to write home about. You could tell they weren't dance partners. That's what I like to say. But you could tell they wasn't dance partners at that time. They probably needed a little more reps together, a little more matches together. But it's like that.
I probably would have if I had the book, it just based on like the storylines that are going on. Like, I love William Regal. Don't get me wrong. Regal wasn't really necessary on this card. I would have, because at the time Jericho was having like a little mini feud with X-Pac. And I know they kind of were doing something with Jericho and X-Pac back in the fall of 2000. But like this point, X-Pac's got X Factor, so he's got Just Incredible, and he's got
Goat Team.
Which one? The Kid Rock?
Whichever was the first X Factor shit, the fire one.
Oh, shoot, man! Yeah,
that shit is hard.
Cracker.
You know which one I'm talking about.
I got everything I ever wanted, and I'll never get that back. But you hate X Factor, but you don't really wanna be like. Yeah, come on, that's
that was my. Yo, why them niggas ain't winning VMA off that? Facts.
Hey. Oh, you know what? Real quick, before we type in anything, like this is the era of that Caucasian rock shit. You know what I mean? Where like they start doing like that rap in the middle. You know what I mean? Like.
That Caucasian, I'm crying. Okay,
biscuits like shit, man.
Coming, Scott. He said Caucasian. Okay,
come on, man. Like, yo, like even down to like the theme of this joint is My Way, Limp Bizkit, right? You know what I mean? Like, like it sets the tone, right? Of the era. Like this is the era.
With that on, I'm like, Oh yeah, I'm ready. So Jericho and Regal kind of took the energy out the room a little bit.
Yeah, because nobody wants to see this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I see what you're saying.
Like you
right on it though. We back up, but I see what you're saying.
You would have been better with the hardcore match starting off.
That to me is the greatest match of all time. I watched that shit like a little ass kid. I was 5 years old, dog. That shit was special. You hear me? That shit was special.
That's crazy when you really think about it, especially now, like in 2026, that Raven has a WrestleMania classic.
Yeah.
With Big Show
and Prime Kane.
That's why. That's one of these reasons why this is one of the GOAT WrestleManias of all time. The one night Raven was Raven in WWE.
Listen, it is funny because Raven almost fucked the whole show up. Yeah.
Because I remember this because he ran over a cord. Is that correct?
He ran over. Yeah, they were like, had that cord been like disconnected, the whole feed would have shut off. They probably would have killed Raven that night.
I'm about to say Raven was never more.
Raven shit to happen too.
Listen, it would have been worth it. That would have been the real series finale of everything. We skipped over a match. It was on. We'll come back to it because we skipped over the 6-man.
Oh shit, you did.
No, I love that 6-man. First off, the 6-man, that promo before is the Bradshaw having personality. Let me not say personality, but having that raw America patriotic. I love where I'm from vibe that he carries on to this day. That was the first time I remember seeing it. Like, yo, Bradshaw really talking this shit, like talking his history, like, this is Texas, where like you could tell that was the first time he was showing off. He had that mind for the business and really was a historian too. So I love it. I love that. I love that promo. And them niggas washed right to censor. Washed them.
As a kid from Virginia, Texas meant nothing to me. I knew the only thing I knew from Texas was that Shawn Michaels was from there.
In Austin.
Victoria, Texas. No. But no, that was an early Bradshaw classic promo.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't know why. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, for real. I don't know why Taz was here.
I don't like that. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that, Scott. Don't do that. Can't do that to me.
My fault. Why was Taz here though?
Taz is Taz. That's why Taz was here. Taz is still him. That last little bit of him that was left. That was a highlight for me. That was a highlight to see Taz on the show.
Talk about tracksuit Taz.
I hate tracksuit Taz. Hate that shit with a passion. I'm a real Taz. I'm gonna post a picture of me and Taz. I'm really a Taz mark. You know what I'm saying? But I hate that fucking Taz tracksuit. I hated it.
Shout out to Jacqueline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Black queen, black excellence.
Excellence, man. We get it right.
Jacqueline. Hey, let me tell you something, bro. Going back, peeping some of the matches, I forgot how niggas really fucking hated right to censor.
Great gimmick.
Damn. That he was raw.
Really I remember like, damn, this is a gimmick that can go now.
Yeah.
Right to cancel would be fire right now. Hold on, right to cancel. Somebody need to bring that back. That's gangster. Right to cancel
was pretty good, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Look, all Right to Censor needed was like a great mid-card heel. Like, shout out to Bull Buchanan, Godfather, Val Venus, but like if they had like Test as like the heavy, that would have been fun. That would have been fire. That would have been fire.
Now Stevie Richards too, man.
Shout out to Stevie. Stevie, I don't know what Stevie Island today, but yeah, shout out to Stevie. All Stevie do
Nah,
is
not too much on Stevie, man. Stevie
Hey,
good. Man.
look,
Stevie
man, I can't keep apologizing, man. look, to me, and it should be noted that the original plan going into this, right, was like I think the reason why Taz was in this match, I feel like this would have been Jerry Lawler, because prior to this, Right to Censor was feuding with Jerry Lawler. So I feel like Jerry Lawler would have been a part of this. I feel like the match probably would have been Jerry Lawler and Steven Richards again. They had just wrestled at No Way Out. But even still, I feel like this was perfect. It was only 4 minutes. Bradshaw got the home state pop.
Yeah. Also, I want to make note of Jackie's reverence. So much so, on the grandest stage of them all, they made sure to craft. This is one thing I picked up and I loved. Now, because I'm watching older and I know like how shit goes. For them to craft them first little 30 seconds to give Jackie some time shows the respect and reverence. That's how the match starts, with Jackie getting busy, tearing shit up, getting hot, and getting a look in front of that crowd. She from Texas too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that for her to have that, and for them to craft that out for her, whoever the agent, whoever the guys, salute and love to Jackie.
No question.
Going back to the triple threat, Kane, Raven, Big Show. This is the era of the 24/7, the hardcore title, which I always loved. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right.
24/7 was legendary.
Absolutely, man. Like Crash.
Crash Holly, facts.
Ali.
So we brought up Raven, right? And like Raven, to me, like I have a soft spot for Raven. Like
me too.
I love Raven in ECW. I love Raven in WCW. I love Raven.
I love Raven every era. How about that? Facts.
Yeah. Like y'all were saying, like there was so much potential with Raven, right? Like there was so much potential to the point, right? I felt when they did the stalker gimmick later in the year and they had it as DDP, that probably should have just been Raven. Because I feel like Raven could have pulled that off way better than DDP.
Word. Damn.
If I remember correctly,
I had a party with Shane one time, boy. Golly, one error. Shit. Made that nigga suffer all them years for that.
Was there a pop for that when DDP did that reveal? Did anybody?
Niggas was just hyped to see DDP.
Okay.
And then you remember, like, they were like, DDP about to go. This was not a good era of Taker. Taker was out of shape. Taker.
Okay.
You want to talk about political stroke? Yeah, it was not a good.
Okay.
Yeah. But look, Raven probably would have, because nobody believed. Like even DDP has said he was like, nigga, look at my wife, and then look at Taker's wife, and you tell me why I'm stalking her.
Right. Yeah.
Don't make no sense.
That's fair.
Now you look at Raven. Raven seems like a stalker.
Yeah, you're probably right. Damn. How long did Raven go in WWE?
Shoot, bro, not long.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
J-Rod, what's up, baby?
J-Rod, what's good, baby?
What's up, bro?
Big
no, so here's the thing with Raven, right? So Raven signs with WWF in October 2000.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the height of his run in WWF.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we going downhill after this. You know what I mean? Like we hit in like Sunday Night Heat after this, right?
Oof.
Yeah.
But I love Sunday Night Heat, but oof.
Yeah, but like we not.
Oof.
We not seeing.
Nah,
we're not seeing another WrestleMania after this. We're not seeing another.
That's tough. It's tough.
We did talk about it, bro.
Yeah.
My boy.
Yeah, my guy.
Was it booking or was it on Raven?
Both.
Okay.
Shoot, Vince McMahon did not like Raven.
I can see that.
Yeah, he did not.
I can see that.
Yo, the Johnny the Bull matches, those were fire. That was
Johnny
good.
the Bull had fire hardcore run.
Oh my gosh, the Mama Lukes. Come on, man.
Come on. I love Mama Luke too. Every era of Mama Luke's too.
Any incarnation of an Italian staple, I'm there for.
Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you, Scott.
Come on, man. The Mama Lukes, FBI, Tony D and his family, like all money to me. To me, also in this match, this is the best version of Kane. Like, this is Kane's peak, in my opinion.
Bro, he looked so good. Like I said, his prime Kane, man. Like, he was flawless. The entrance, the walk, the
he was in his bag.
He was in his bag in this. Yeah, he was in his bag. I'm not mad that he won because it made sense. But yeah, like this, I don't know another era where I was just like, oh, this you probably could put the chip on him if you wanted to, and it would make sense.
You can tell. 03, I think 03 was his final form. That 03 Kane, Bull, Greasy.
Yeah.
Niggas forget about that guy too. He was a real terror.
You could tell this was Kane's best era because he busted out a hurricane this year. A hurricane. He busted. I think it was Albert. Yeah.
Yeah. He was feeling good.
Look, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you, and Julio knows this, and I know you know it too, Chaz. You could tell a wrestler is on steroids by the way he be moving. Kane was 100% on this juice, but Kane was working this year. So it's even been said that Kane linking up with Taker later in the year fucked his entire year up because Taker was out of shape. So Taker just naturally brought Kane down. But Kane, right? I'm just giving you the layout of Kane's early 2001. He starts the year with that 46-minute run in the Rumble, right?
Yes.
We're talking about a 300-pound Kane running 46 minutes, right? In the final two against Austin, right? Then he goes on to have this phenomenal match. Then he goes on to have an incredible chain match that I feel like is lost in time with Triple H at Judgment Day for the Intercontinental title. He goes to have a banging big man match with Albert, right? And I think there's a match. I can't remember when, but I think it was October. He has an incredible match with Kurt Angle on a SmackDown. Kane was cooking in 2001.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I told you it was the tank top with the new flame design.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
he was in a different bag. He wasn't with that long sleeve. He lost the long sleeve, that nasty left hand long sleeve. He left it alone and got busy. Facts. Facts. Just like my boy said it. Facts. He just showed them biceps, got crazy. Facts. He did that. He was
right. Am I wrong? He only won the big original B once, and then he won the world heavyweight title once, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there when he won that title. It was in Long Island. He cashed in.
There was a cash in. Okay. Yep.
That was when, to me, Kane was the worst wrestler in the world.
Yeah, that was tough one. That was like 4-way. I remember that shit. I was there. That shit was crazy.
Who did he beat for the when he did?
Mysterio.
No, not that one. The first one, the OG joint.
Stone Cold. He beat Stone Cold.
He did. Yeah.
Classic. Go out the way to watch. First of all, that King of the Ring. If you haven't watched it, Chaz, go watch that shit. Classic. King of the Ring is one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. 98. King of the Ring. Kane was he beat Stone Cold in the first blood match because Taker hit Stone Cold with the chip. And Stone Cold
it was like a big thing between them three for a minute, right? Like they had a storyline between those three.
Yeah, it was like it led to that because Stone Cold won the belt the next night, and then that led to Stone Cold to take out SummerSlam night.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Big Show was also in this match.
He was.
Not too much. Not too much. Not too much on Paul, y'all.
Show's outfits through the years, although been very basic, have been very interesting. Like this outfit was awful. Knee pad, shoulder pad here, knee pad here. That shit stunk.
Wasn't you could tell where Kane was mentally?
Yeah.
Big Show
Big Show not there. He won't there.
And you could tell the difference. And then you got crazy ass Raven in the middle.
That's what made this shit so fire.
The perfect storm.
Yeah, that C murder thing was fire. Yeah,
he had a C murder. Get the fuck.
He did. That's crazy. Shout out C murder.
It still boggles my mind that WCW. Damn, what? Hold on, real quick. Oh, shoot. No, I looked at the viewers and it went to 0. I was like, what happened? Oh, we good. We good. No, it never made sense to me that WCW had the perfect way of booking Big Show. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean,
they made him feel like a giant. This nigga's getting body slammed by fucking everybody in WWE. Like everybody's body slamming. Like why is Chris Jericho body slamming Big Show? Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Like, won't he doing like top rope drop kicks in WCW?
Yeah, doing nip ups and everything. Come on, man.
Yeah, Big Show in WCW was crazy. He still had that basketball.
He was moving, man. Nigga was.
He still had that He still had them basketball legs then. That's why he was getting crazy.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's why he was getting busy. But then shit happened. You know that WCW, that toxic culture, do it to you.
Yeah, no, this is an underrated classic. I love this match.
Yeah,
the shot, everything. Real quick, this WrestleMania set,
fire,
top 5.
Fire, man.
Top 5 and not 5.
Come on.
Fire.
Come on. Here's the thing. I remember because later on this year is the very first WWF game on the PS2. SmackDown Just Bring It. And I remember looking in the magazines, and one of the things that caught my eye was they had the WrestleMania set, and I was like, this is fucking gorgeous, right? Yeah. I was like, we in that new era. And then you play the game and you're like, this fucking sucks.
You ain't like
shout out to where we at now. It's been a wonderful journey. Long journey.
But with that being said, No Mercy still does numbers.
No Mercy was that. We need a watch list for No Mercy. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got the 64. You know what I mean? I got No Mercy in my closet.
Oh, okay. Say that.
We gotta run that one day, Scott. We gotta run that.
Listen. That's another thing. Just a few months prior, No Mercy comes out. Which is also funny because like No Mercy comes out in October of 2000, right? Mm-hmm. By the time we've now hit this WrestleMania, the 64 is being phased out. We now in that phase, like, the PS2 is starting to pop off. We about to get the GameCube. It's just like to me, it's always fascinating, like how time moves and everything. But shout out,
if I'm not mistaken, I think Dreamcast was about to slide out too.
Shout out to Dreamcast too.
Oh my god, man.
The attitude on Dreamcast was trash. Shout out to them games though, because you was just hyped to play with. Shout out to Warzone. Y'all talking about scamming? Nothing was more of a scam than fucking Warzone. I was so hyped to finally play with Stone Cold. Don't tell me in the hindsight, but even then, I just didn't want to admit it. I was playing it like this shit is trash. But in hindsight, though,
you fuck with it?
Trash. No, I didn't love it. It was trash.
I remember Warzone only because I think my uncle And it's like a flashpoint. My uncle was like the biggest Owen Hart fan, man. So it was like, fuck everybody playing Owen Hart every single goddamn day.
Owen Hart was crazy in war.
I just got home from school, man. Take it easy.
But Owen in Warzone did numbers. I go. If you know, you know. And then, but I was a World Tour Revenge, honestly. Back to Georgia, back to Atlanta.
Listen. I'm gonna speak to the YNs out here because they don't know nothing about what I'm about to tell them.
No, they don't.
There used to be this thing called Blockbuster, right? Mm-hmm. Where you would go rent, instead of buying a game for $60, you were able to go and rent it and try it out and everything like that. But when you're a kid, you're not thinking of the money. You want to see like, yo, they got the wrestling game I want and everything like that. But Blockbuster also used to let you rent out systems, right? So in my household, it was PlayStation, right? But then I got my hands on, like my man here's, you know what I mean? Shout out to IGN and Game Informer, right? I got a chance to see WCW versus NWO World Tour, right, in a magazine. And I was like, these graphics look incredible, right? In hindsight, they weren't incredible, but back in the 96 eyes, they were. And I begged my parents, hey, I'm sure it's not that much. Can you rent out this 64 for this game? And it was one Christmas. They were like, we'll do you one better. We'll buy you the 64. I'm like, we good. What games are we getting? Let's talk business. And they got me WCW NWO World Tour. And when I tell you, along with No Mercy, in my closet today sits WCW NWO World Tour, because that game is fucking incredible, right?
Yo. So now I got the crate. First off, love to your parents, love to that, right? I got the craziest World Tour Christmas story. I actually talked about it on, shout out to my boy Jazzy the Lion Man. I talked about it on his Christmas album. So probably at the time it either was sold out or she just couldn't have afforded. But you know, at this time it's Santa. You know what I'm saying? So Santa for that year for Christmas, I'm opening the gifts. Open the gift. I'm like, damn, I'm looking for World Tour. Like, damn, I told Santa I was first on my list. I need that World Tour. Open it up and I unwrap it, and it's a Blockbuster case with World Tour. My mom's must have rented World Tour and wrapped it up for me to open. It said, Santa, I got this from Blockbuster. You gotta give it back. But for them 5 days, but in hindsight, like, just made me love my mother even more, because she made sure that by hook or crook, I would open up and at least play that game even for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So love the mom and Julie for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was funny as hell. I'll never forget opening that shit up, and it was the Blockbuster case with World Tour. She was like, yeah, Santa was trying to find me. It was hot. So shout out to Mama Love for that.
Come on, shout out love,
love, man.
Come on, hold on. WCW, Revenge, classic. But look, anyway, let's continue. European Championship match. Tess defending against Eddie Guerrero.
Fire.
Man, shout out to Tess. Rest in peace to always Tess. Absolutely. But that motherfucking Eddie, boy.
Clean robbery.
That intro, tough.
Yo, Saturn had that shit on this. Yeah.
That's why I was telling y'all last episode. WrestleMania has always been WrestleMania. More signs. WrestleMania always been WrestleMania. Of course, he had that shit on. This is the first time. So I'm really like looking at them like I'm paying attention to wrestlers and we'll get in. I'll get more in depth with China, but I'm paying more attention to like, yo, they really taking in. I'm watching them take in their first like Dome WrestleMania, and it's like interesting to see them that experience too. Shout out to the Radicals. Facts. That was a time too. When they pulled up from Nitro on Raw, ganged up.
Yo.
That's what I'm saying. My nigga Penn was hot, man. I'm sorry.
Once again, Perry Saturn had that shit on that night.
He did. Yes, he did.
All them fits was fire. Niggas still had that good Ted Turner money.
Come on, man. Yo, always wanted more for Test, man. Always wanted more for Test.
He had it all, like the look, the big boot was, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. Maybe y'all can speak to it. He never really struck me as like a promo guy, and I don't know. Maybe if he just they didn't give it to him, or the case may be. But everything else, damn.
I'm gonna keep it 100, man, and we just gotta be real with it. We keeping it real on the watch list, right? So.
Not good.
The real bit is we cannot. It's just not enough TV time for niggas. It's so much TV time, especially then. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, Test was fire, but we got Triple H, we got Taker, we got Austin, we got Rock, we got Mankind. We got 2 hours.
But I guess what I'm thinking about is because you gotta think Test wasn't, before unfortunately his timely death, Test wasn't that old. It was still kind of young. So I just don't see why it couldn't have been a moment where, especially as those stars not dying out, but you see the shift coming with the PG era, why they couldn't find something bigger for Test. Or, again, I wasn't too tapped in this, so y'all could talk to it more. Maybe it wasn't enough TV time. Maybe just Test didn't have the all of the goods that he could have. I don't know, but like you said, Scott, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. So later on this year, in 2001, I feel like was Test's biggest year as far as like his visibility, right? Because he turns heel, he joins the Alliance, right? He has a little tag team with Booker T, but like he's in the mix with the main eventers, right? So it was no thing for Test to have a match with The Rock.
Right.
Yeah. But I still to this day say, because they ran a feud between Test and Edge towards the end of the year, and I've always said that was a test to, pun intended. That was a trial for both men to see who was going to go into 2002 as the the big push for who the company was going to back behind, right? And I just feel like edged them out. You know what I mean? I'm on 2 for 2. Because, like I said, Test he's going up against Kane, he's going up against Taker, but then Edge is on this little run, right? And I just felt like Edge showed more personality, kind of like you were saying, like if Test was maybe a better talker,
that's what it felt like he was just always missing. Like that's a good word, Scott. Personality. Like everything else checked the boxes. If you just put as a casual fan, you see Test like, yeah, it makes sense. He should be a wrestler. Like he should have had, because and correct me if I'm wrong, I know he had the European title. He won the tag title suit.
Shoot, Test won pretty much. Test won the Intercontinental. He won the European. He won the tag.
Okay. So all the mid cards. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah, maybe it was personality, because sheesh, he had it all.
But who knows, man? You look, rest in peace to him, man. Like, it's unfortunate. The fact that both these men are not here today, man, is just heartbreaking in itself.
It's tough.
Like, once again, time is such a weird thing, man, because like this is 2001. We about to lose Eddie Guerrero in 4 years from now. You know what I mean? Like it's such a weird thing. And you also keep in mind, I think Gerard brought it up earlier. This was the end of pretty much the end of Eddie's first run in WWF, because the drug habits started, you know what I mean? Like it's bad for Eddie at this point, right? Yeah. But it turned out to be a blessing in disguise because Eddie goes on to leave in the summer. I think he gets hurt. He gets released. Then Eddie goes on the little indie run, right? Yep. Classic match with Low Key. Classic.
Jack Sabbath. That was in Queens, New York at the Elk Lodge. The guy that owns that promotion is a guy I worked under. So that's a lot of stuff. He had multiple different iterations of that promotion, but that was the ROH and Rob Feinstein. They had seen his promotion and got inspired for ROH with ECW too. But that shout out to Ultimate and Impact Championship Wrestling for their influence on the indie in the Northeast. Shout out to Jack.
Because wasn't that the one of the promotions that like really Amazing Red and ST?
Yes. That was him. Facts. That's a fact. He has a store too where he sold. It was called the Wrestling Universe, and it was like a wrestling fans Toys R Us. You feel what I'm saying? When I discovered this store, it was like the greatest shit that ever happened to me to find it in Queens. And it was like the network. He had the network before the network. He had all the tapes, all that shit. And then he would have signings. Wrestlers would pull up. That's where he was really known for the order signings. So I had met Taz at one of them shits. So I would go there and get tapes, rent tapes. You could rent tapes from him or buy tapes. I would buy shit, come back, get more, talk to him. He seen that I had a love for shit, put me on to indie promotion. When he was running his promotion, had me help be behind the scenes running around. So a lot of shit I picked up and seen because of him. And he's booked talents, all kind of guys through Queens. Human Tornado, Motor City Machine Guns, you name it. All of them. Seriously. Legendary. Shout out to my guy Jack.
That's dope, man. That's dope as fuck.
Yeah. So when I be talking about shit, I really be knowing from like the inside, like I seen it on that from that framework. Like I seen niggas get handed envelopes, stars, Hall of Famers get envelopes, same envelope. Like, yeah, it's a little more, it's a little hefty, so give y'all that perspective when y'all watching our shows and shit.
Come on, man. See, watch list is always about the knowledge. The next match is not even arguably, bell to bell, the best match on the card, depending on how you frame your pro wrestling. It's Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, or as we call him on this show, Wild Pegasus.
Wow, damn, man. This should be making me mad at him every time.
Every single time. Because we can't. It's hard to really separate.
I'll be mad at him because I was like, yo, I'm going to just be, because I'm a real nigga. Because I was like, yo, one of the first takeaways was like, and I'm like, I was even thinking like, damn, do I even mention this on the pod? Because I don't even want to like, but this is one of my, I'm going to say it, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. It's the watch list. I'm real. This is one of my favorite gears he had, like his favorite colorways of this version. So I'm like, damn, this nigga pulled that shit out for me. And I'm sitting here like, damn, man, this was my nigga. He fucked up, bro.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing with Pegasus. Here's the thing with him, right? You are not a bad person in any way, shape, or form for saying like, yo, I love this match. Like, I get it. I 100% fully understand. You know what I mean? There's people that will not watch his matches. I 100% get it. I don't go out of my way to watch his matches, right? But I'm not going to sit here and be like, if somebody's like, yo, that Benoit Angle match was tremendous, I'm not going to be like, yo, you watched that?
Yeah.
I'm going to be like,
canceling nothing. I'm not canceling nothing. I'm sorry, I'm not canceling nothing he on. I'm sorry.
No, listen, that's the thing. It's not by watching his matches. I feel like you're not praising anything of his actions, right? We talking about a scripted athletic contest where two people are going in and they're creating a story in the ring, right? You're appreciating the athleticism, right? Your appreciation, the story that's taking place. You're not, by saying I enjoyed this match, is not you saying, oh, he should be in the Hall of Fame. No, you're not saying that.
And also, like, when I watch it, I look at it like, damn, it's such a cautionary tale. It's very humbling to watch it.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, damn, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, have moments of pure joy of like, damn, this guy was good. And then I have pure moments that come right after that. I'm flushed with disgust because it's like, damn, bro. Then I'm also like, yo, when your mind's gone, your mind's gone. And I'm very spiritual in that sense of like, damn, a demon might have came, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you feel what I'm saying? Like it goes to a lot of places, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But watching the match with Angle was like, I think back like, damn, that rivalry with Angle was so fire. But then I'm like, I have moments where I forget, like, why nobody talking about it? Oh, that's why nobody's talking about it. But them Raws with Angle and Benoit, it's like, it's tough. It's tough, man. But you know, I'm gonna still watch the pay-per-view. I'm not skipping nothing over either. I'm gonna just keep it 100. I'm gonna watch that shit and just feel whatever feels I feel.
I think obviously everything is different. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to say you can always do what every wrestler. You can't, because everybody has different feelings about the person. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just say wrestling's the one space where you can separate the art from talent. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Because again, certain shit you just can't do it. And when it comes to the Pegasus, the Rabbit Wolverine, it's like you want to try to do it, you can't. So then it's just like, all right, you know what? Let me just enjoy it for what it is, and I can move on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. I was like, I'm gonna enjoy this for what it is. I'm not separating. I'm not even putting that on. I'm just like, I'm gonna keep it as mild as I can, because at the end of the day, I'm still a historian. I still love great wrestling. I still love great storytelling, and that is what we got from the career of, you know what I mean, Chris, and especially from Angle and Chris. Like those were just some fantastic raps all around. I don't want to say this was like early Kurt, but this was the Kurt before he really started to take off. He was really kind of, you can see he found his niche with his voice, corny shit, like, you know, I'm better than you, fuck you nigga type shit, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? So it's just unfortunate. That's all I can always, that's the only thing I'm always go to when it comes to like, we can't really celebrate you and celebrate your history the way we should. And that's just something we're just gonna always have to wrestle with no matter what.
Yep. To me, it's, if you're gonna be a historian, like, you can't be an historian and ignore things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if you be a historian and you ignore things, then you just like I said, you're not being real with yourself, right?
Correct.
There's a lot of things that, like, when it comes to like the history of pro wrestling, that makes people uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Are they to the level of the degree of the heinous things that he did? No. You know what I mean? There's, like I said, but there's levels to it, right?
Exactly.
He is not the first pro wrestler that has murdered somebody. You know what I mean? I pray we never see another situation like that in this space. And like I said, if the conversation of him makes you uncomfortable, if you don't watch his match, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I think it's a lot easier for the younger generation, right? For like us, like I said, pro wrestling is an escapism, right? I'm not, like I was saying, I'm not actively trying to seek his matches out, but I'm also like, I'm remember, like the nostalgia kicks, and I'm like, yo, I remember how great this match was. Let me tap in. You even look at like this catalog before his neck injury of that this June, right? The ladder match with Jericho, this match. He has another great match, I think, the following month with Kurt. The tag team match of him and Jericho against Triple H and Austin. Yeah. The matches he had with Austin this year, you know what I mean? Like, it's
real shame.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But once again, he's a very touchy subject in this.
Yeah,
you know,
and he should be because of the things he did. I think you hit it nail on the head. In order for us, if you're gonna be a historian, if you're gonna tell the story, you have to speak about this in a way I think we did beautifully, because if there is, God, and I don't want to say it like this, but I'll use it, if there is a silver lining, like you said, HBJ, that is a cautionary tale. Like, don't get to the point where he did. Like you said, and again, I'm never going to excuse what he did, but I'm spiritual as well, because I had to wrestle with that with my dad. right? Because he took his life. So for years, it was like, how do I feel about you? Like, how do I go about navigating these feelings about you? Like, on one hand, you left me alone. You know what I'm saying? You left me alone here. Now me and my mom got to figure this shit out, right? Thankfully, I had a strong village, so I made it out. But what if I didn't? What if it was just me and my mom? I don't know if I'm there today, right? So on that essence, like, you left me, but then it's like when I'm thinking about like when he did it, racism was a factor, classism was a factor. There's so many things. He was always in and out of jail. So you dealing with three different things, and you're not in a good village, and you're not in a good space. You got people taking advantage of you. Yeah, you still have a big heart. Yeah, you still look to make people smile. You know what I'm saying? So I had to struggle with that for a minute when it comes to, like, suicide and where your head's at, because he did it. I struggled with it. So I understand where it's like you talk about the spiritual aspect. It's just,
yeah. I first off, love to your father, love to you and your family, first and foremost. I struggled the same thing with my sister when she took her life. So I understand that. You feel what I'm saying? And like, I always look at it like, that wasn't my sister. That's a demon took over. You know what I'm saying? Like, a demon did that. You feel me? Like, that's just that's how I take it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's very dark, and I pray for everybody, and I hope everybody that watches this, and we all go through it, all of us. You feel what I'm saying? And just lean on things that you need. You feel what I'm saying? I cannot stress enough. Any fucked up shit happened in my life. I remember one of my best friends got murdered, and Royal Rumble was that Sunday. When I tell you us linking up for that Rumble that Sunday, what it did for just 3 hours, you feel what I'm saying? 4 hours, or anytime I went through stuff, wrestling always been there for me.
Woo!
Saying music, wrestling. So I always say, if you don't have a person that you can lean on, please lean on things that you love. Live for that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, live for, like, damn. It's crazy it may sound, but you like, damn, what the fuck's gonna happen with Oba and Brock? I gotta be around for that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, try to that's the beauty of those way wrestling ends. And feel what I'm saying? And stuff like the heel turn. You never know how many lives that heel turn saved. When Stone Cold turned heel, just to be like, yo, what the fuck's gonna happen next? I gotta be around to see that. You feel me? So anybody struggling, watching this, love to you. Just lean on things. If you can't have that person, lean on something you love, because it'll help. You feel me? I can't stress that enough.
Love to both of y'all, man.
Thank you. Love to you, man.
Love to you, man.
A cautionary tale. No, a cautionary tale, HBJ. Well put. I think if we take anything, I know we're gonna move on. I just want to make sure we put a nice little bow. If we take anything from him, from what our stories, each one of us that we tell you, don't go through it, because you know what that looks like. You can't fight it always. You can't stop when life be lifing. But like you said, if you allow the darkness to keep going, what it might look like. So whatever joy looks like for you, whoever you can get it from, or whatever you can get it from, is healthy and it's constructive, and it helps you and it lifts you and push you closer to God, then do that. Because too much other shit will take you away from God and take you away from people that love you tremendously. So a cautionary tale indeed.
I love to our brother right here, man. Like I said,
yes, sir.
Got through Afghanistan. So love.
Thank you for what you did.
Absolutely, brother.
Next match, China and Ivory. Women.
Squash. Right on time. Yes. Not to even make it sadder, but this shit made me want to cry. Just watching China come out.
This was the peak. China coming out.
And this is China, like, just taking in, like, yo, these people really fuck with me. I'm like that. Like these, and let me tell you something about this China and Ivory angle.
Beautiful. It was incredible. It was incredible television.
Bill damn near. You feel what I'm saying? From the Rumble. I was watching the Rumble on the Humble, watching it for the show, watching the Rumble, and I was like, I was so caught up, I forgot about WrestleMania that I was so invested in the Rumble match, and then China got hurt. I was like, oh yeah, they had a whole shit at WrestleMania. So then we get to this match, and I'm just watching her take it in, and I'm so like, damn, I just wish she know, like, we loved her. We loved you. We loved you, Joni, for real. We still do.
The epitome of like just fucking a star, man. A star. You know what I mean? Like, you can't teach that with everybody. You know what I mean? Like, people forget, like, China was her, man. Like there was people actively wanting to see China win the WWE Championship. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You know what I mean? And
culture.
Yeah.
Culture, that shit. Like you gotta remember, China went from like China when she first popped out to on the cover of Playboy. Fuck wrestling. That was legendary on its own. You know how much she probably did for women off the strength of that, to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Then to take it in the ring and going from last week where we talking about her and the beautiful from last week's episode to this week of watching her wash Marlena to coming out and just taking it all in. Like, yo, I'm her. If any night she knew it was that one night, if it was just one night, that was the night she knew. In front of them 60,000, 70, damn near 70. I'm her.
I will die on a hill. Even if I don't even think I'll die on this hill alone. I will put China in the top 10 of the most influential people that has ever entered this business.
I don't see how you can't. I don't see how you can't, because
look at the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Today. Men and women. You know what I mean? Like that.
China now would have got money. China would have got money now. Oh, China might have fought for Ronda on some UFC shit. It's the facts. China might have really got rowdy for shit. She was like that. Like, I'm trying to paint the picture for people that wasn't there. Like, superstar, cover magazines, TV shows, on her back, straight moments.
Can I ask y'all this, since y'all were there? Was that like the play when she and Trips broke up for her to like just ascend the way she did, or that just came out of left field?
What's the question? Say it one more time.
I was asking, when her and Trips split up, was that like the play for her to like just skyrocket to the moon the way she did, or was it organically, or like was it like certain things happened and just fell into place?
No, it should be noted, like that breakup fucked her up. Like it broke her heart. To like
right.
By the time like this is during,
I won't cut you off because that happened, and then
this is in this moment. Like this breakup is happening in this moment. Like WrestleMania 17, the breakup is happening.
Yeah, but he's talking about them breaking up as on TV.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you. That's what I meant.
Why'd you not say TV? You talking?
I forgot about him and Triple H for a quick second. That's why I just connected the two. Like how y'all see the T, I just connected y'all. Like, oh, okay. I know they watching. Like, oh, hold on.
You was talking about both.
I do this at podcasts, but now that I'm on the show, I can actually say, "Yo, this is what y'all talking about," and y'all can hear me.
The breakup on TV, right? Like one thing about the breakup on TV, like there was never no angle with that. You know what I mean? Like in fact, they never formally. They just stopped coming out to the ring together, right?
Oh.
We got to go back. We got to go back to not the fall of '99, right? China's now in the feud with Jeff Jarrett and she's about to challenge for the Intercontinental title. And at the same time, she's still coming out with Triple H, right? It was after she won the Intercontinental title that China just takes off, right? Because you can even make the argument. We had talked about it a couple weeks ago about like everybody's popularity in DX. Like we going back to 98. China is heard then, right? China can come out on her own, right? Perfect example. The 1999 Royal Rumble, she comes out number 30, first woman to enter the Royal Rumble. Massive star, right? By the time we've now hit this level, that 2000, and I will say the thing that I felt like even took her even further was the partnership with Eddie Guerrero, right? I felt like the partnership with Eddie Guerrero was so essential because we got to see more of her personality, right? And I thought Eddie brought the best out of her. And I feel like, this is just my opinion, if it wasn't for China, Eddie Guerrero would not be we would not get the popularity of Eddie Guerrero in WWF.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it felt like it was a hand in glove fit because both were able to ascend and merge from that. And if I'm wrong, please tell me, but do we even get Latino heat if it's not for that?
If there's not China, there's no, like, I'm not even saying Eddie doesn't ascend,
right?
But Eddie being paired with China,
right,
benefited Eddie more, because it brought a character out of Eddie, right? And China being paired with Eddie brought out a more character of her. They complemented, like right here, they complemented each other perfectly.
Yes,
right. And then this feud with Ivory brought sympathy to China, right? Like the angle that Julio was talking about, like that was a serious angle at the time. You know what I mean? Like she's being stretchered out. You know what I mean? Like the crowd is quiet. If you go back and watch that match, the crowd is 100% quiet, right? So this is her return. Massive. You know what I mean? Like top 5 pop of the night. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he talks about in the interview how China helped him get more. It worked beautifully.
Yeah,
you know,
that was it too. That Eddie run was it too.
And that's why, and like to go back to what I was saying about this time period and what's happening behind the scenes. That's why I like, if you go and watch China interviews where she's talking about this time period and like how this shit really broke her. You know what I mean? Like you got to factor in like this is an era where like they're literally on the road together every single day. And then you find out that your partner that you're riding with every day is now having an affair behind you. And now on top of that, she's having an affair with his daughter. And that's not
that's God, Scott.
What? Hold on. Did I do something?
Damn, Scott. You right.
And here's the thing. And this is not to diminish Stephanie in any way, because I'm not here to take away from her accolades of who she is, an independent woman, right? But now you factor in that your partner is now having an affair that's now turning into, it's already a on-screen couple, but now there's political influence going on, right? Mm-hmm. So now you have to come to work to see that every day, right? And then on top of that, you're not being compensated for the work that you do. So when the time comes and you ask to be compensated, we just don't see it. We just don't, you know what I mean? Like, we don't feel like you worth the money that you think you deserved when she deserved that money. And this is the last thing I was saying, because me and Julio were talking about this earlier about what would a WWF look like if Steve Austin wasn't around. And Julio brought up it would be the 2000, right? The two biggest stars in WWF in 2000 was The Rock and China. Right? It wasn't the Rock. It wasn't the Rock and Jericho. It wasn't the Rock and Angle. It was the Rock in China. If you looked on mainstream television, who did you see on talk shows? The Rock in China. Who did you see on red carpets? The Rock in China, right? That's why I said.
Shout out TV, cover TV guy, China. Facts.
China. Yeah.
So did she write a bestseller? Did she write a bestseller too?
Bro, that's why I'm saying this.
Don't let that go over your head. She had a few bestsellers. Don't let that go over your head.
And that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. I will be on that hill to say the influence of China is so much bigger than we probably even realize, right? There's a fucking reason, right? That real Ripley aesthetic is so popular. Who do you think popularized that? Come on, Queen right there, bro.
It says presidential SmackDown.
Come on. Come on.
And it was January 2000.
I fucking hate how her story ends in WWF. I'm not like I can care less about the ego shit that people used to talk about. I care less about that. You know what I mean? Because this is a money business. You know what I mean? I genuinely wish things had worked out different. You know what I mean? But that's a story for another day.
She definitely deserved more. And
I didn't mean to go on that rant.
No, you're good, because I don't think we don't do it often enough when it comes to her. And I think that's a problem.
That's real.
That's a problem, because you don't she's her, like you said, she's a top 10 influence. We're not getting to the point where we got to women's grab so fast when it happened without the influence of China. It's just not going to happen. It's going to take a little bit longer, right? Her life, she just deserved develop. She deserved better by everybody that was involved in her life.
I think had she lived, I would have hoped. You know, we've seen a lot of shit over time, a lot of mending offenses. Maybe that would have been able to get done. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, but it's moments like this where you got to give her flowers. You know what I'm saying? And just really salute what she did. It really was like that. China really was like superstar pops, Stone Cold level, Rock level, China level. Woman.
And it's crazy to think about her reign, because it wasn't really long, but what she did and the time she had, like
the story, a lot of these things. It's the story of a lot of them. It was an era. It was an era. I hate to be the you had to be there guy, but you had to be there. It was an era. It was a period of time, but it was one of the craziest periods of time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of shit going on. You feel me? Like, Stone Cold only 5 years his run was, if that. You feel me? 5 to 6. But that's how it is. That's how it was.
Yeah.
That's how it was, man.
Shout out to China, bro, forever.
Always. Next match. Street fight. Vince, Shane. This was a banger. This was a certified banger. Fuck Darby Allin. Nigga, Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is my white boy crash out. Favorite
white boy crash out king.
Come on, bro.
Nigga really was in a plane crash. Nigga like Flair popped out that shit without a scratch on him. Talk about it. Talk about it.
It's no
conference fresh off the plane crash. Talk about it.
It's no coincidence that AJ Styles' best match at WrestleMania was with Shane McMahon.
Facts. Hair flowing.
Yeah, it's not
flowing. AJ hair was flowing that night, nigga. With Shane Aura had AJ hair flowing that night. What are you talking about?
Come on, the Naughty by Nature theme. Yeah, man.
Come
Look,
on, man. Come on, man. Come
shit,
on.
you can
money. Had his gang, Mean Street Posse, nigga. Yeah,
Mean Street Posse.
What niggas talking about, y'all? Pete Gas, nigga. Right. Rodney, nigga. Yeah, the gang, nigga.
Come on.
Niggas hot.
Posse. Yeah.
Niggas hot, man. Y'all come on, man. A lot
Look,
of niggas wasn't just tests.
Young me, like I'm 11 during this time. Now, I'm not understanding the game. I'm seeing Shane McMahon as the owner of WCW. I'm like, nigga, we up.
That's love. That's fire.
You will never look.
Fire.
Shane McMahon is another one. Like, I don't care what nobody says. I'm never going to speak bad about Shane McMahon.
Never. No, I don't care what
in that ring. In that motherfucking ring, Shane O'Mac is giving us some Shane O classics.
Come on.
Classic. Another 14-minute classic.
And look, this whole feud was great too.
Yup. Money.
Vince being a nasty nigga.
Right on track.
Linda comatose.
Linda pop of the year. Come on.
Oh, look, that's the biggest pop Linda McMahon's ever gonna hear in her life.
Ever.
Mick Foley was here for some reason. Like everybody, like the whole point of this match was to whoop Vince McMahon's ass, and everybody played their part to perfection.
Stephanie was there. $1 Billion Princess. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this was the first coast to coast ever done on WWF television.
I was just about to ask you that.
It was. I remember. It was. Facts. It was.
Let me tell you something about this match, and I hope one day that we talk about it. The King of the Ring, Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle match.
Yeah. We'll do it in June. Let's do it in June.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's put that on the calendar.
King of the Ring June. Let's do all King of the Rings for June. Fuck
Certified banger.
That was classic. I watched that match on illegal cable. Facts.
Come on. You'll never hear me talk bad about Shane McMahon. Look, look, I was devastated when Shane tore his quads against that match in The Miz.
Oof.
But like a real rapper, he tried to finish it.
He did.
And shout out to that because that led to Snoop wrestling Miz, and that was the last time a black man wrestled at WrestleMania. So Shane is the culture, nigga.
Shane pushing the culture forward. Come on.
Shout out, nigga. Shane was in that picture with Tony Khan, niggas. Talking about my nigga Shane, nigga. Fuck niggas talking about they was in the info with Tony. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. Trying to see what a bag look like, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
When they were talking about him being like the rumored leader of the Death Riders, I was there. I was like, let's get it.
Shane, when the whole documentary, Shane was trying to get to it. Vince was on bullshit. Shane, I'm with you, nigga. Fuck him. Man.
Come on. We ain't got to talk much about this match, but I just wanted to use that time to praise Shane McMahon.
That match was what it was, nigga. It was classic, though. Don't let that go there in 2001. That had the streets on fire. I'm here to tell you. This was before lawsuits. Well, it was lawsuits then. But listen, it was a different time. You know what I mean? So before cancel culture, that shit was a movie. Linda stood up. That shit shook the building.
Look, I'll be here the first to admit Vince got classics, too.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, Vince got.
I know we supposed to be mad at niggas. I'm mad at niggas too, but I'm not gonna lie either. We on the watch list. We're not lying on the watch list.
We can't.
We can be mad at niggas. I'm mad at niggas too. I'm disgusted by niggas. Yo, look, don't treat women nice. Y'all niggas is crazy. Like, chill. It's so many of them. I don't know why niggas getting so crazy. It's so many of them. Chill. They ready to outnumber us. There's no need for all that. You chose. That's another thing too. This is a whole separate thing. I'm here, but y'all need to hear this. If you chose, you chose. You can't do nothing about it. If you're not chose, you're not chose. You gotta just move on. You feel what I'm saying? Till you get chose.
What my man say? Yeah, Superfly. Hey, listen, man. Don't be mad at me. You know what I mean? Your bitch chose.
It's the realest shit ever, bro. That's the realest shit ever when you break it down.
We can handle this like with some class, or we can get into some real gangster shit.
Right.
Look, brothers, I don't like. If it seems like I'm about to speed through, it's just because I didn't realize the time. So
Okay.
I was wondering when you was gonna say something.
I'm not gonna rush it, but I'm just saying if it seems like
we valid. Okay, I see it. I ain't really talking. I've been chilling with y'all. My bad.
No. This is family talk. You know what I mean? I just happened to look at the time and I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. It's not the weekend. It's not the weekend. But anyway, like I said, I'm not rushing. I just, because the next match is we go from one classic to a next. TLC, Edge and Christian, the Hardys, the Dudleys. First of all, I want to say something about like what we talked about earlier, what people do to their bodies for the love of the game. I will never take away anything from these 6 men and what they did in this match. Just to put on the quality of match they put on. This shit was beautiful.
It was art. That shit was art, bro. Like you could tell, like they at this point they knew everything about. Once you're in the ring and you got people that the chemistry's at a point that they don't even gotta talk. They know what to do. It was just everybody was at peak. Edge and Christian was at peak. Hardy was at peak. Dudley's was at peak. They cooked the way everybody infiltrated Alita, Spike, Rhino into the equation. TLC, the first one, which is near and dear to my heart. Like I told you, I was at the restaurant, so I love that match. So for them to have to top that, crazy. They went crazy. That match was fire. That shit deserves all the accolades it gets. It was just incredible. I just wish the Edge and Christian didn't win, but that's my thing.
You're not an Edge. Are you like?
No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not an Edge and Christian thing. I'm not if it's a rivalry, one entity wins and wins. You know what I'm saying? Edge and Christian already won WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, they ran everything. Yeah,
they won the first TLC too, right?
They did.
So what the fuck? What the fuck? We could have split that up. We could have had everybody one and did a fourth one. That's what I'm not a fan of. But I love Edge and Christian.
No, I agree. Like the one they did, the match they had prior, the WrestleMania 2000, could have went to Edge and Christian because they were the only team that not had the tag team titles at that point.
Yeah.
Could have done the Dudleys at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You probably could have done the Hardys at this one.
Yep. And then instead of doing the Benoit Jericho, the fourth one could have been just them again.
Yeah. Like I said, man, and here's the thing that I think a lot of people forget about is the level of intense matches they were having in a calendar year. Like they go from if you start from Royal Rumble 2000, they have table matches, you have a ladder match, you have cage matches, you have street fights, you have a TLC match. Then you have to go on and top that TLC match. Like I said, man.
Tags.
Yo, listen, and the fact that all 6 men are able to walk comfortably in 2026. Shoot, man, it's fucking.
They all were still wrestling as of last year. 5 of them is still active wrestlers. You feel what I'm saying? So it's an amazing thing. You feel what I'm saying? It's a real amazing thing.
Come on,
shout out to Spike Dudley. Shout out to Rhino. Shout out to Lita too.
Oh, they
That's
did.
What made it special.
They did perfectly.
That's what made it special. That's what made it special for me.
Yeah, they
I used to have TLC 1 that is my favorite, but when I rewatched it, TLC 2 really is the one. And then that's another thing too. I hate it because it's really TLC 3.
In the technical sense, yes.
So I hate that too. Just nerd shit. Those are my 2 quirks about it. That's it.
Shoot, like I said, this match, I thought they took what they did in TLC 1 and they just like we amplified it. We made it bigger. Like even down to like that spear spot when Edge spears Jeff Hardy, like they did that on a Raw like 6 months prior to that. But because it's at WrestleMania, it's grander. You know what I mean? Like that's an iconic footage of Edge spearing Jeff Hardy, and you know what I mean? Like because it seemed like he was higher up than the one they did back in September of 2000.
That was the ladder match, right?
It was, yeah. But like
they've been because he spit him a couple times before that. I feel like,
yeah.
But it is WrestleMania, bro. It was WrestleMania then. It's WrestleMania now, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Edge doing the spear and the cameras in the background, like, it's money.
That Astrodome is legendary too.
Top quality. The gimmick battle royal was next.
Yeah. Cause that's what makes this WrestleMania so legendary. I'm gonna be brief on it. Just the guys needed a bag and they got a bag. That's it for the guys. That's how much money it was going on. Let's get a bag for all y'all niggas that missed the bag. Come get a bag.
Yo,
you come get a bag.
Yo, listen. Bobby Heenan and Gene Okerlund coming out warmed my heart. Warmed my heart. And keep in mind, you know what I mean? Like, this is Gene and Bobby coming out to 70,000 people and they getting standing ovations, which they deserved. You know what I mean? Like, that warmed my heart tremendously.
Yeah, it was good to see.
Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? Like, the only reason why the Iron Sheik won this match was because apparently his legs were so beat up he couldn't get thrown over the top rope.
I heard that story. That's funny as hell.
One thing about Sheik, man, he was always going to collect a bag too.
Yo, all of them. It was all the money getters too. All the money getters filled up and got a bag.
Come on.
Facts.
Come on. I'll tell you, the person I was the most hyped to see was Earthquake. When Earthquake popped out.
Yeah.
Because Earthquake can still go at this point.
Yeah, nah, he was getting busy.
Yeah. Like Earthquake, I think Earthquake was only like 36 at this time.
Damn.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Earthquake. Rest in peace, a lot of guys, man.
A lot of people in this match, yeah, man. Like a lot of people. But like I said, I feel like this was the first time that nostalgia was used. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like a selling point, like because now we in that like from that, I feel like from this point forward, you got to see the legends more often. So like this made me happy.
It was fun. It was fun for what it was. It wasn't like, I don't know. I wasn't looking for Royal Rumble. I knew what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be a good time. So,
I forgot there was a battle royal. God damn. Shit. So if that was your question, Scott, I'm sorry. I forgot about this damn battle royal.
Yo, you want to know how I know I'm a wrestling nerd for real? Because my man, shout out to my man Top Rope Tyler. He just asked me a question on Twitter. He was like, "I need a wrestling mind," and he was like, "Who was the referee for Triple H and Booker T at WrestleMania 19?" And I instantly knew who it was because it was Nick Patrick.
That's the goods. That's the fucking goods, Scott. You know Nick wrestling. Nah, that's the goods. That's the goods.
You know you deep in the trenches when you know the referee of the match.
That's the good.
Shout out to Nick Patrick too.
Yo, big shout out to him and his daddy, the Assassin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fine.
If you don't know, do the knowledge. The Assassin, one of the greatest territory tag teams of the game. The co-main event, The Undertaker, Triple H. So 2 things about this match in particular. Number one of the best Taker entrances of all time. Yeah. Coming out to Limp Bizkit's rolling, the long ramp, him coming down with the motorcycle, quality joint. Triple H's entrance, fire too, with Motorhead. Oh,
I love this match more than the WrestleMania 25, honestly.
really?
I mean, yeah, whichever one was in Atlanta, the 27. I always liked this match more because I like they was in the crowd, they was wild, and I always enjoyed this match more.
Do you prefer the Motorhead entrance of Triple H, or do you prefer the original game entrance?
Oh God! So did he go on?
Come on.
First shit is OG's fire.
Nah, that first shit is tippy top, man. Nothing beats that. I'm sorry. Nothing beats that.
That shit was fire.
Yo, like I said, let me fire the Motorhead. Yeah, we owe that.
He like enough. I feel him. Lenny was fire though. Lenny was fire, man. Yeah, man. Nah, that game shit was. That shit was fire. I think it was like his brother or something, or was the DX? One of them was.
That was the DX, the same dude who did the DX thing, who did that terrible ass version of America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 18.
We didn't need that.
Yeah, you told. I could see. He's like enough. I told you, I'm like the coach tonight. I was looking for you all night.
He's like, yo, my man Jabari, he's like, fuck y'all. Yo, look, I thought you were all talking about the drowning dads. Come on.
Drowning pool crack. Let's talk about it. Offset got the streets hot because drowning pool shit. Yeah. Drowning pool shit was fire.
So fun fact. This match was actually supposed to lead to Shawn Michaels returning to the ring in 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which, oddly enough, because he was supposed to get involved with this match and they were going to set an angle up, I think, that same simulcast Nitro Raw joint. But when Shawn Michaels showed up, Shawn Michaels was so fucked up that him and Triple H got into an argument where Triple H was like, yo, you got to go. And Shawn Michaels held a grudge to him, which once again, this led to Shawn Michaels. I think he's always told the story like he was on the couch and like his son was like, yo, what happened? Why'd you eat all the cookies? And Shawn didn't remember eating them because he was so fucked up. Yeah. And that led to Shawn Michaels becoming a born-again Christian. Once again, crazy how things line up, because imagine Shawn still in the impaired state getting back in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about a cautionary tale. Like, Shawn Michaels could have been a cautionary tale, man.
Yeah, man, that's a fact.
Woo!
Yo, yeah, that's what they were about to get into a straight fight.
Yeah, he was talking nasty.
Sean probably would have whooped his ass for real. Like, if we being like, yeah,
that was like bad timing.
Like, Sean was probably like, nigga, you not Brett. And like, I can see you. I can see you. I can see your hands.
Be like, yo, I'm gonna put your hands up. I was
you
like,
know
nah,
what?
you did.
You know what? One thing I loved about this match. There's a moment in the match. I think it's right at the end where, you know, Triple H or Taker was using the last right at this point, and Taker bust out the Tombstone Power Driver, and I think, to my knowledge, this was the first time he used the Tombstone since he became the American Badass. And I remember the crowd went crazy because one thing about the Taker and the American Badass game is like, yo, you're like, niggas want to see you in your roots, man. Like,
yeah,
that was just a moment for me.
It was a time. That was a great moment. It was a good look for him being in Texas. You know, Taker that was the peak American Badass. Even though I'm a big fan of Taker versus Flair the following year.
Great match. Yeah.
But this was peak American Badass.
Did it feel like, was there always the plan to have them wrestle at Mania? Because I don't know if I heard something wrong where it's like they didn't have a plan for Taker and Trips, and it kind of came out of left field.
Taker always the plan.
Okay. Because I knew, like I said, because the only reason I say that now is because we all knew it was going to be Rock Austin. So I didn't know if because this match was really good, and I didn't know it was like, I don't know. I don't know where I heard it from. It just felt like this match.
The 4. When you think about it at that time, that's the 4. Austin, Rock, Taker, Triple H.
Sure, I don't like. I mean, you could have. I'm just not. There was really like it had to be Triple H. I don't think there would have been like. I mean, you maybe I don't know if like Taker and Benoit could have been a viable match at a Mania. Not at that time. Yeah.
Not in that position at the card. It was Taker and Triple H. Don't think Triple H. That's why y'all be taking me out with all this Triple H. Like somebody posted the whole year of all the WWF pay-per-view like covers. Triple H is on like 4 of them or 3 of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so then that was in 98 before he even had a world title. So how's he was not in the mix and shit?
Nigga, you are fucking that cereal up.
I'm sorry, man. It's y'all. I ain't know, my bad.
You know shit.
I thought we was gonna be done by 9. We still hooping, so I was like, all right, man. I'm sorry.
You thought you were gonna be done at 9.
Disillusion. Don't mind me.
Boy, look, we like Greg Valentine, man. We don't get cooking until at least. Yes. Yes.
Unbelievable.
You got it all.
Come on, man. I told you.
You gotta keep it going too. You gotta go all the way to the year. You gotta go all the way to December.
Oh, look. I make a note to take what time I mention the name because at the end of the year, I'm doing a Greg Valentine compilation.
That's fire.
So some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna find a way to get Greg Valentine mentioned.
Unbelievable.
I might reach out to Greg personally so he can do an intro for us.
He might come up with shit. He got nothing else going on.
The main
event. Shit on Greg.
Look, Greg not gonna turn down a bag, dog.
Yeah, I got a couple dollars for Greg, man.
You record that joint in the high school gym, Greg will be there.
That's a fact. You gonna come get that high school gym brag fat. Good envelope.
Yo, Greg do the podcast in his robe.
Yo.
Yeah, shout out to Greg.
Oh, shit.
That might be an extra 100.
Come on, man. The main event, man. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Last week, I talked about that the way I categorize wrestling now is I do believe there are more 5-star matches that don't get counted as 5-star matches, right? But I think there's a difference between a classic and a masterpiece. And I said last week, a masterpiece for a wrestling match is what transcends. It brings the show to a different level. It brings it brings pro wrestling to another level. And when I said earlier that this show could be lauded for some people as the series finale of pro wrestling, I don't think you have a better match to showcase that for than this. You have the biggest star in Stone Cold Steve Austin going against the biggest star in The Rock in the peak where everybody was a fan in the Astrodome, WrestleMania. To me, everything in this match was in alignment. Like, if pro wrestling was to end on this night, I would have been satisfied. This match was perfect.
It was cinema, as the kids say. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way this match was, even like I mentioned earlier, it was teased at Armageddon, teased at Royal Rumble. Wow Magazine, shout out to Bill Apter. He had a cover of Stone Cold and The Rock on the cover, like teasing it. So this match was very, very like hyped. We get the beautiful angle with Deborah being the manager and all that fallout from that. The amazing video edit with My Way going into that. That was, to this day, some of the best, yes, the promo package, that the best shit ever associated with wrestling, ever. Of the best thing. If you could show anybody what wrestling is, play them that video. You feel what I'm saying? So it was a lot going into that. You really didn't know who was going to take it. Rock is hot right now. Again, I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but Stone Cold was gone. We did not miss a beat. I'm sorry. I got to be honest. We didn't miss a beat. It was lit. It was still lit. Rock got hot, put the shit on his back. We was good money. I was there. I'm being real. We didn't miss a beat. So them clashing, it was just so crazy. And the work rate, these guys are dance partners. They got busy in that ring. You feel what I'm saying? Told the story. I love big title matches where they're going, it's no disqualification, so you don't know what's going on. And going outside the ring, it's blood. You feel what I'm saying? It had all the makings of big-time title matches and WrestleMania matches. So I love the match.
It's so well. First of all, well said, brother.
Thank you.
This is one of those matches where, like, if you throw it in a casual blender, a casual vacuum, and you're trying to tell somebody, "Hey, man, damn, what's that one match that you could just really say sums up wrestling?" Buddy, do I got one for you? Yeah, and you don't have to do anything, man. Like, yeah, of course, if you know like the backstory, it makes it 1,000% better. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, because again, like you said, HBJ, yeah, it been brewing for like that whole year. They kept teasing. Yo, this shit had been brewing since we knew these were the top dogs. Yeah. Since we knew they were going to be 1A, 1B, however you want to swap it, we were like, whenever we get a chance to see them dance, we go, that's a be there moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rock and Austin is a be there moment. Even their last match, at which WrestleMania was that, HBJ?
Say it again?
Their last WrestleMania match.
Was WrestleMania 15 in Philadelphia.
15.
Yeah.
No. Before, so when Austin was getting ready, Austin's last match.
Oh, the last match him and Rock had? WrestleMania 19.
19. Even that was good, right? Obviously, it wasn't the same juice. But
no, that was a great match.
You couldn't even tell. Like, it was that good.
And Austin damn near had like some crazy shit the night before.
Yeah. And again, it's certain wrestlers that are truly soulmate, and Rock and Austin will forever be soulmate, will forever be connected. And that 17 match was this crescendo, like you said, Scott, masterpiece, the magnum opus, the one. We keep 20 years, 10 years, 30 years, we keep coming back here. Why? Because it was that damn good, and the moment was even that damn better.
Yeah.
It probably should have been the end of pro wrestling when you kind of just look at what happened. Look at it, like, just think about everything in that moment. Now, granted, we don't get a lot of what we get, but again, we're just talking in the kayfabe sense, but maybe not, because again, as we are and as we're kids going into our teens, we've seen the elements of Austin and Rock get here. We've seen the elements of Vince and Stone Cold and that pivot they did, which nobody saw coming. We've seen so many things. So this isn't just another wrestling match. No, this is 10 plus years of being invested, of being locked in, of making sure that we elevated the right stars to that platform, and then they did it themselves. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm seeing shit now popping up where it's like they saying the interview they did between him, Cole, and JR, most of that shit was a shoot because they understood. Go on script here, maybe not the best. No, let's be raw as fuck. Let's be honest as fuck.
Yeah.
And it produced magic in that moment.
That was great.
This was the crescendo of everything we wanted when we talking about give us the best top dog in the company, heel versus heel, baby versus baby, wouldn't matter. Put them together, take off the handcuffs and let them niggas roam. And it was in a perfect setting. It was in a perfect stadium. It was in a perfect time. That match was fucking perfect.
Yep.
The promo, the My Way, the video package. What are we talking about?
Like, can you imagine if that promo was like The Weeknd? You know what I mean? Like if it was a Weeknd song. It's not gonna hit the same. It's not gonna hit the same.
It's not, but shout out to The Weeknd. Shout out Flo. Flo Rida would have cooked up something for Stone Cold Rock, though. Hold on. Flo Rida cooked something up. My Way, Florida Club remix.
Come on, this promo, like this shit with a Machine Gun Kelly song? What?
Oh my god. That was fire though. I watched that. I think Flo Rida got busy. And I just did the homework of a white person see Machine Gun Kelly and a bald-headed black person to rock in Flo Rida. Cooked. I watched that show. I was high as shit. Like, hold on, I just did the homework. They had the white boy Machine Gun Kelly look like Cena, and then the bald-head nigga Flo Rida for the Rock. I said, nah, this nigga Vince. And y'all want to tell me Vince Penn wasn't hot? You want to tell me the Penn stopped in 2001?
Hey man,
Ooh,
he's called us old 3 times during the course of this podcast. He was like, "Damn, y'all niggas was really team."
It was great. I'm tell you what, honestly, him saying that outside of Noah, ROH and TNA, when everybody started getting into the streets and being outside and was with the gang and all kind of shit going on, I was like, I could have been the people that's right around this time to stop watching wrestling. I found TNA, I found ROH, and that kept me, and that made me more WWF, whatever they was doing with no competition, digestible, because I still was getting my alternative. So that's what kept me going. I would have had my moment where I stopped too, but I never stopped thanks to ROH. Shout out to Scott Hall. I see Scott Hall on TNA like, yo, what the fuck Scott Hall doing over here?
Nigga, you were 3.
Damn, J-Rod.
Yeah.
Damn.
This nigga 19? I don't even want to do that. That's crazy.
Yo, man, thank you for listening to us old niggas.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, you fuck with us. You fuck with us. All right.
I love that, man.
Bro, we appreciate. That's why we appreciate
Listen,
you.
we connect with everybody. We here for everybody. We just riding through here. We just popping shit. That's why these shits be so long, but it don't feel so long because we be chilling and just talking and vibing and you know, I look forward to these Tuesdays.
You know, Gerard is the first person to ever make me feel old for knowing Triple H's original theme song. I've never had that before. I love you, bro. I appreciate you dearly, man. September 98. That's cool. Yeah, that's love, bro. We appreciate you. Appreciate you,
bro. That's dope, man. Thank you, J-Rod. All right.
2 more years, your bones start to feel different. Let me tell you, as soon as you turn 30, as soon as you move around, you're gonna feel something.
And one thing, like I said, I appreciate the reason why I love doing the watch list is because like we hope that anybody that's never seen this era, we hope that we can inspire y'all to go watch it and be like, yo, let's add some more knowledge. Yeah. But that's WrestleMania 17, everybody. Yeah, bro. Wait till you hit 30. Yeah, wait till you hit 35.
Hey, buddy.
35, G.
Hey, buddy.
Damn, yeah, not for real, bro.
I was a freshman in high school.
I was in the 6th grade on this.
No, I was still in the 8th grade. WrestleMania 17. That year, I ended up going to high school.
Yeah, I was in the sixth. I was in the 5th grade, about to go to the 6th.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why wrestling is hitting different. 13, 14, crazy. Different eras, different times. Everybody have their stories. That's the beauty of the watch list.
Come on.
Hey man, while we doing this time travel, shout out to LimeWire around this time too, Bubba.
Facts. Shout out to LimeWire. Facts.
LimeWire, man. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me get my bars real quick. LimeWire, fucking that piff, my mixtape,
Napster.
Naps, Amps.
Come on, man. Shout out to them. Talk about it.
Shout out to having a wave file.
Shout out to MySpace. MySpace top friends. She got critical for that top 8.
Niggas was coding. Niggas was ahead and coding. Nobody knew that.
Yeah, niggas was coding. Crazy.
Damn.
Gentlemen,
I also discovered
that Pip. You talk about that Pip. Shout out to the nigga that had the CDs laid out on the street with the blanket. Shout out to that nigga. Had the movies too, you heard? And you know what else he had, you heard?
Yo, every hood is the same. Every black person had the same story. Because every time I would go downtown News, and this one Petler Village was like its peak of prime, Scott. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It was always one random nigga outside an ABC store that had the whole set of DVDs, toothbrush.
if you're from the 757, shout out to Petler's Village.
Petler's Village, man.
Downtown Newport News, where you can get bootleg Jordans and a crispy chicken sandwich all in one,
and a gold chain. And
Jamaica Ave.
Come on.
Coliseum block, rest in peace.
That was our Jamaica Ave. Petler's Village was our New York. It was our mini New York. That's what it was.
All right, yeah, that shit was crazy.
I still remember the infamous 2002 raid that shut the whole thing down. Fuck the city. Fuck the city up for a while.
This nigga
fuck the city up.
Mentioning this shit. That's the reason it happened, Scott.
I know.
Remember my block? He came on the block. Yeah, this was Who the fuck told you to say all that? That's why his career went the way it did. That's why his career went the way it did.
You used to be able to find Quan in the I think it was a barbershop on in Pembroke.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Well, everybody, it is late. I had to get home and eat. What's on tap for next week, gentlemen? What we got?
Hey, listen, all I can think about is going.
Jazz, it's your turn. It's your turn to pick.
All right. Let me think.
We're gonna do some All Elite.
What
you want to do some All Elite?
Well, we gotta show some love.
Ooh, okay.
We have never done an AEW show on the watch list.
That's been on my mind.
You know what? I got the show because this was my first introduction to AEW. I don't know exactly when, and you can help tell me the show where it might ain't been on film, but the show where Mox finally popped up in AEW, DDT Jericho.
That was the debut. That was a debut AEW show.
Did we have that? Can we
double?
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, I think so.
There we go. Okay, fuck it. Let's do the first double none.
Or so real quick. I'm just throwing this out. I'm just saying this out there because I think we do good at like continuations. No, because we can tie it in. Because if we're gonna talk about Double or Nothing in 2009, I feel like we have to talk about the first All In 2018.
I wanted to do that. Okay, you know what? That was in the mental. Yes, absolutely.
But we can tie all that in. You know what I mean? So we can still talk about Double or Nothing in 2019. I just want to make a point that we like because we have to bring up the Dave Meltzer tweet and all that jazz.
Okay, I'm with it.
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. All in. Fuck it.
That's cool. I'm with it.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So y'all can find me, Poetic Scotland, on X. Go follow the books, all that good stuff we hear. You know what I mean? Your love is necessary. Honey and Holy Water coming out later this year. You know what I mean? Great things going on. BGW all across the board. Thank you. Yeah.
At Heartbreak Julio. Almanac Show. Shout out my brother Dre.
Shout
Follow
out.
me. Tap in with everything, music, podcast, whatever. I'm out.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, J Rod. It means a lot. Means a lot. Absolutely. Shout out to J Rod, a loyal to the Soil fan of the BGW. A day winner. Listen, man, I'm tired. Y'all know what the fuck we do. We out here. If y'all don't, and listen, y'all some fucking losers. So the fuck out of here. But as always, Almanac Show, bow, locker room lead, bow for the fucking streets. Until the final whistle, Scott's words, D-Max Boxing Corner, Ladies Soup Collective. Y'all know what the fuck it is, man. Hey, man, I can't wait to go to bed.
Shit, listen. Thank you, brother. I got a 6 a.m.
Wake up.
I got a 6 a.m. wake up time. So we out. We done. Anybody else? Love. Damn.